A kind day to you all, I am Kinsmark.
I'm Violeta.
And this is Chapter 12 of the stream series XCOM 2. Commander's in the hot seat again. And I am excited, because I have missed this game.
Are we really already on 12?
Uh-huh. It's strange, because it feels like less, and yet more. Because this campaign is taking a toll. Because,
It is.
sadly, many of our soldiers have fallen.
Yes. Bob Man says, figured the stream was starting soon.
A glass for them.
Did you
So,
already finish your drink?
I did. I was thirsty.
Wow.
I may have to fill it again sometime midstream.
Scarlett says, hey, hi guys. And Bob says, how's it going, fam?
It's going alright. I'm just glad that I am currently able to, shift into the routine again. I know a lot of things have affected the channel in the last month especially, and again, I appreciate everyone's patience with that. Pretty much all that we are aware of is concluded, and we are able to finally focus on the channel proper, as I have intended for ages now, it feels like. So, I'll allow for a moment or so.
I'm gonna go ahead and read everything. It's really funny, I think.
Okay.
From Noah, the Fitness Grand Pacer test is a multi-stage aerobatic capacity test that progressively gets more difficult as it continues. The 20-meter pacer test will begin in 30 seconds. Line up at the start. The running speed starts slowly but gets faster each minute after you hear the signal boo-da-boo. Single laps to be completed every time you hear the sound ding. Remember to run a straight line and run as long as possible. The second time you fail to complete a lap before the sound, your test is out. Crap. I accidentally my clipboard. How goes it?
I've seen that challenge flying around on, it works more on some of the long-form social media like Facebook or Tumblr, not so much on Twitter. Just that challenge of, copy-paste the last thing that was on your clipboard, if you dare.
I probably don't dare.
So let's see here. Also,
so far we have Bob, Scarlett, and Noah.
Cool. Cheers to you, lads. One might see that the lovely companion over here is on the menu again. That's because for the last few streams I was a little frustrated that I couldn't start the game and then load a save from the stream campaign and then exit to main menu so that one of the characters from that campaign would appear on the main menu, because that's how that works. And it didn't take. And it finally clicked for me a few weeks ago that I think it's because for a while I had a mod that it kept searching for, and the mod changed its name, and so it's still there and I can still use it. It was just looking for something that, as far as the coding could tell, didn't exist. And so there was that permissions. Are you sure you want to load? That little firewall kind of thing. For any time I wanted to load the save, and it didn't keep me from playing it. However, I think that kept the game from sourcing characters from that campaign save to the main menu. And
only we have now fixed that because of the update.
Apparently one of the later updates added in a refresh mod requirements thing to the saves menu, so that it essentially just clears that save file of any mod dependencies, save for those that you of course then put on again. So clearly, since she is here, I'm finally able to, at the start of each stream, like I had intended to do, have some of our people from the stream campaign on the menu.
Okay,
So.
I have some updates.
Alright.
Snowman says good evening. Shield family says hello everyone. And Bobbin
Hello.
says also, did y'all see the Doom single player stuff?
I haven't, actually.
I didn't even know there was.
I haven't checked into much of anything, because we've spent several weeks away from the connected culture of the internet in the past month or so. So I'm still kind of catching up on a lot of news. So a lot of people keep asking me my opinions on certain things. I'm like, I haven't read about that yet. So, okay. Speaking of spending time away, I need to assess the situation once again. So let's see here. Objectives. Still need to Skulljack, of course. Completes the Black Side Vial Shadow projects. Gotcha. And if I recall correctly, that shuts down all current research. So I need to make sure that I have research I want cleared away. Alright, let's see. Short event queue. Experimental ammo in 3 days. Supply drop in 4 days. Cache decryption in 5 days. Alright. I seem to remember we had a shortage of intel last time. I have 175 now, so I guess I accomplished something. Ah, that's right. We completed a mission, and that gave me some
Our
intel.
supplies are what's low.
Yeah, supplies are kind of low at the moment. So let's see.
Bob says...
I seem to recall
I'm
there
gonna-
was some construction project we needed to do. Let's see. A Scilab.
Bob says, I'm gonna have to link that shiz for you because they did a couple streams of it earlier in the week, and I gotta say that the multiplayer might be poopy as hell. Single player looks like it's pretty redeemable.
Well, that's some cool news. Because I was getting kind of concerned for that game's future.
Well, I wanted the single player. Like, for me, that was really what it should have been. Marcus is here and has sent...
Aha.
So this is his hello.
What's up?
And Buddy says, got my new laptop last week. Awesome.
Cool.
Cool. So who are you?
That new tech feel.
Who are you?
One of our guys that hadn't specified anything. I just know we haven't got many Rangers, so.
We have me.
Pretty
I
much.
think that might be it, actually.
Pretty much. So.
I think our biggest problem right now is actually about,
Oh, hey!
what?
Miss T is here in med, actually, like, checking on people.
Worry.
That's cool.
Look at that worry. Who is that?
Who, this guy?
No. In med. That Miss T's
That's
worried about.
Mox and Ghost.
And that over there?
That's Space Cadet. He's one of the ones that catches these streams regularly on the export. And I can't tell who that one is. Alright, let's
So we actually... I still feel bad that we didn't have a med bay.
I know.
I was like, why don't we have a med bay? Because we apparently hadn't built it yet.
Apparently that's...
I felt like that
The
should've
Advanced
been-
Warfare does double duty as med and strategery. Alright, so, let's
How
see.
bad is our map?
Yeah, let's check the geoscape.
Oh, it's bad.
Yeah, let's see. Ominous glow.
That doesn't sound
7
good.
days reward intel. Alright, let's see.
Oh god, look at the Avatar project.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, so
Where
that's what we were
did
doing.
that go
We were
away?
going somewhere.
Yeah, because
Oh,
the
down
pressure
here.
is on.
Love. We were going to that one.
Right. We're pressing for Australia.
Yeah, we're making contact in Australia. Do we have enough intel to make contact so we can actually do...
Yes, especially since we have a radio tower here in East Asia, so that should cut the cost of it. So let's do that. Kind of immediately. Uh-huh.
We can't establish any new contacts until we upgrade.
I know that, Shen. Thank you. Let's see. Establish
Shield
contact.
Local regional contact.
Says, forgot... Shield says, forgot to send my alt info.
Yeah, it's all good.
Um...
Because Mox is still alive, so...
Yeah.
Let's see here. New ammo. Talon rounds. These rounds fracture into wicked microshards of alien alloy on impact. Alright, so they're essentially flechette rounds, granting a plus 20% critical chance and plus 1 bonus on damage on critical hits. Okay, so that's great for, I'd say, shotgunners.
Yeah.
Because shotguns are all about the crit damage, so...
Matthew says, what up, all you beautiful people? Hello, hello.
Hello, my German friend.
Showman says, we also have a gremlin working in there, too.
Yes, we do.
Yes, it's very good. But he said,
The auto dock.
The auto dock, yes. Also just got Far Cry 3 4 days ago. Already beat it, working on it again. Nice, buddy.
Yeah, Far Cry 3 is one of my favorites in that series.
Priority message coming through, Commander. Putting it on screen now. Your progress against the aliens over the past month has been significant, Commander, but there is still room to improve if we are going to eliminate the alien
We
threat.
know.
Concerned because I let the meter get so high, aren't you? Yeah, me too.
Yep.
Okay.
Shield says grandmother gets her cast off in about 8 days if the X-ray doesn't show anything wrong.
Alrighty.
Um,
Hang on, let me see here.
Scarlet says the black site is in Cupid.
Alright, so that's
What is it?
instantly add 1 to the
Oh,
meter.
we can't let that happen.
I know. That thing is, that's a couple of weeks away, though. So, aliens find a mole in the resistance, reducing retaliation counter 2 weeks. I can deal with that. I still have some excess intel. Let me see what you are. Infiltrator. Aliens hide an ambush among the populace, placing hidden faceless aliens on each mission for a month.
But we can't handle the breakthrough. We do not have enough.
If I complete the mission, I might. So, stop getting ahead of us here.
I'm not getting ahead of us.
Yes, you are.
No.
Yes, you are.
No. Agree to disagree.
You are. 305 supplies. Okay, ignore for now. There's a lot of stuff scattered around that I need. G'day!
Bunny says, hey Ken, Faceless, your favorite.
Oh, yeah.
New regional contact
Whoa.
located.
Alright, that connects to Chile.
But,
Alright.
okay,
Let's just make a little trans-Pacific
Marcus
flight.
asks, heard there was a flood in Houston. How are you holding up? We're doing all right.
Yeah, we're fine.
Our house is on a incline.
Yeah, a lot of people have checked on us, and the area around us is kind of elevated, so a lot of folks around us are having a terrible time. We're fine, though. So, yes, I know we still have a supply drop available. Let's see. Alright, I'm going to save, and then attack that
Snowman says, the
site.
Faceless aren't terrible. The squad has some decent equipment at this point.
Yeah,
It notices every single civvy in this game wears jeans.
pretty much.
Pretty much, basically.
Yeah, because the thing is, like, in 1 turn's worth of concentrated fire will drop a faceless pretty reliably at this point.
Yeah.
So, let's see. Operation Spider Wheel. Sabotage the alien facility. Alright.
Alright, what do we got?
We have detected Advanced Officer, Advent Mech, Heavy Lancer, Archon, Muton, and Sectoid. Alright, so I need to make sure
There's
we
an
have somebody with
Archon
Haywire
here.
Protocol. That way we can yoink at the mech. And then, sounds like pretty much standard assault.
We know.
I know, Central. I know.
Not this time, man.
Maybe this time.
Well, maybe.
Because this is just a difficult.
Yeah, the
It isn't
problem
very.
is we don't have any.
I know. And if I recall correctly, I think the last of these missions wasn't actually timed, so this may actually make for a fortuitous chance to finally skulljack.
Yeah, though we need someone who
So-
can get up close, and I'm not.
I'm aware. Alright.
Oh, it's the main
Alright.
Bob.
So he's got Haywire, so he stays on the active roster.
Good. What about Miss T?
She's our med. We would probably need that, considering Mutons are here and they just are so fond of their plasma grenades.
We should.
Alright,
Does Magda not have the secondary thing equipped?
no, I'm gonna have to fix that.
What about Noah?
Let's see. I should have some special ammo for some of that.
What's he using? Like, what does he have? Does he have the haywire?
He isn't a specialist.
No. For some reason. Oh.
Let me deal with the strategery, please. Alright. So... Alright, we'll keep him his Venom, because I recall he was fond of that last time. Heh, Venom, since he's all snake-inspired. Ha! I had just had that click.
Yeah, except that that was the.
I know, that was his previous incarnation.
So.
Big Bob.
you were. You're one late.
I'm a little late to that
You're
joke
one
party.
late. Marcus says, "How serious is the flooding usually in Houston? If I'm gonna move there, I'd like to know what areas to avoid."
In the areas that it's serious, it is incredibly serious. Like,
In the areas
completely destroy your house serious.
in the areas where it's not a problem, you'll be fine.
Yeah. Like, the area around us, completely fine. The only concerns that we have is, like, a little wind damage. And most of that is just stuff from trees getting snapped off and, like, falling on roofs and cars and stuff. And even that's fairly minor. The areas that are let me start that sentence over. That are flood prone are pretty well known. So.
Scout says, and there goes my internet. See you on YouTube.
Aw. Sorry, mates. Alright. I don't think we need 2 marksmen. Although, since he is a gunslinger, that could come in handy. Yeah.
Are you gonna put...
You know what? I'm gonna give him the Skulljack for this mission.
Okay.
Because
I'm
gunslingers
still sad.
are essentially point men.
Yeah. So...
That's gonna have to work for now.
Cynthia says, I clicked empty my trash can. 54,978 files to delete.
Jeez. Actually,
I'm sad. I don't get to be the Skulljack Queen.
yeah, I'm actually thinking since we already have Ghost here as a marksman, I may actually swap you in, because the mobility of a ranger could come very much in handy. So...
Am I actually...
Oh, no, you're still out for a couple of days. Alright. So, no, it is then.
I'm so sad I don't get to Skulljack.
You did the first one.
No, I
Yes,
didn't.
you did.
I did do the first one, but we scrapped that mission.
I am aware of that. It still happened, though.
But it doesn't... it's not the same. It's not the same.
It was our first time ever seeing it.
I know,
It
but
was the first impressions. So, alright, let's see here.
One of our resistance contacts tipped us to an alien facility apparently conducting research tied to the Anaton project. We're moving in to take out the site and do whatever we can to slow their progress. Approach the designated target position and place the X4 charges. Then move to the evac point for immediate extraction. Once you're clear,
So,
we'll make sure that facility is out of commission for good.
this shouldn't have a timer, so assuming I can approach this carefully, things don't go horribly awry, this may work out well as a chance to Skulljack.
Yeah, this is a challenge you to Skulljack and Codex. I'm
Is
not
that even
sure.
possible?
I don't think so.
Coordinates are locked in. Move to designated position and place the X4 charges.
I mean,
That's
maybe
not very
it
far.
is. Maybe it is. But
They're
they
just
don't
like
seem to be super-
Codexception.
Yeah, they just don't seem to be very physical, so I don't know if we can actually Skulljack. We can try.
Alright.
Snowman says Codex fight without flashbang should be fun. Come on, critical hits! Shield says, I let my son play Fallout New Vegas after I got it working right. Now it's messed up again. Didn't add any new mods or even remove any of them. I don't know. Sometimes Bethesda games just decide that they're gonna be annoying.
They're a little touchy. That old Gamebryo engine has some moodiness.
Oh, I'm scared. Cynthia says, by the way, yesterday I watched the most trash movie ever. Sharkensaw, Women's Prison Massacre. Even Sharknado looks like a high-value production compared to that.
Oh my!
That sounds bad. Not even gonna lie. Wow.
I challenge you to watch the movie, not the like Discovery Channel event, the movie Shark Week, however. That
It's bad.
is, without any exaggeration whatsoever, literally the worst movie I have ever seen. Okay, so there's the mech.
And the...
Yeah, it's an officer and a lancer.
We need to kill that freaking Lancer.
The advent captain nearby would make an ideal target.
I am aware of that, Tigan.
Tigan! We're not Skulljacking at the start of the mission, dude.
Actually, I might.
Are we?
Because so far, they're the only ones aware of us.
Yeah.
So if I could knock that fight out straight away, that
That's true.
could make for a nice little isolated chance.
Marcus wants to know if you've had a chance to take a look at the chapters.
I haven't yet. Because we've just had so much else going on. Alright, let's see here. Alright, idea.
Okay. Shield
Haywire.
says, I don't know what he did. I can play it, but my mouse will not work if I happen to fast travel, which is something that I rarely do. They say to rename the any file, but I can't seem to find it.
There are a couple of them. There's one in your, like, proper drive directory. There's another one in, I think it's like My Documents, Games, and then Fallout New Vegas. There's one of them in there. Without my reference in front of me, I can't give you exacting info. Alright, cool. So, mech is shut down, which means we can ambush the hell out of these guys. Cool.
Marcus says, you want a bad movie? Any movie made by you will fall.
Yeah! Or The Asylum.
It was almost good though. Their riff on the Sherlock Holmes, the Robert Downey Jr. Sherlock Holmes.
At least that one is so terrible it's fun to watch.
Yes. And did I or did I not call every single twist, including the weird roundabout logic for why the bad guy did what he did?
Yeah, I'm a little worried that you actually understood that logic, because there wasn't any.
Well, that was the point. Go with the least logical thing, and then you just go from there.
I'm probably not going to kill him with this shot, so let's weaken him for the Skulljack. There we go.
I like his gun now. It's big and scary and...
Ah! Who just shot me? Wait, no. Don't kill him. Don't kill him. Kill the Lancer. No. Okay, that's... Yeah, yes, good.
No, except
No! Oh. That last shot. Damn it! Alright, fine. Hopefully we'll find another officer.
No, Snow hit and says, rip officer.
So good at killing things!
We're too good at killing things. That's why you have to stand like a ranger to get close. Skulljack, and then...
Yeah,
start
use
shooting.
that as the combat initiation.
Ooh.
Really, friendo. You want to jump straight into the middle of the squad. I love how it's just methodically just like, that was a poor choice.
And that was him disoriented even.
Let's see, we're gonna lightning hands you straight to the face.
Bob says, hey
Hi.
Marcus, Postal was a great movie, don't you think?
Target eliminated.
Alright then.
We should probably heal him
Yeah,
up though.
well, I'm also gonna take out the mech while it's down.
Now it says, you may have goofed. Shield says, I'm going to try to complete uninstall and reinstall of everything. I'm going to install each mod one by one and open the game. Maybe I can figure out which mod that might be doing it.
Yeah. That's what it usually comes down to.
Yep. I can't tell you how many times we had to do that.
I've had to use that exact process many times.
And I don't know if it's just because it just seems like it, but it seems like New Vegas is the worst
It
on
is.
that one. That
Well, it's
having to do
because, as we've chatted about on multiple occasions, it was rushed to release, so it's got the most in the way of compatibility issues and all kinds of stuff.
I am very excited about the creation kit being released.
Yeah, it's currently in the, like, testing phase. It is available for public download, though.
But that's very exciting. It means we can start getting mods.
Yeah, proper mods.
Like the mods that we've been following but haven't been able to do.
Let's go.
Cinema says, oh hi there, do you turret? Yep.
No, it's just the one. That other thing over there is a spotlight.
No. Can we shoot the spotlights like in Fallout 4?
I don't think the spotlight does anything, because it's just kind of there,
Oh.
so...
And here I was thinking if we shot that, we would...
Yeah, it's just another spotlight there, so... Okay. So hopefully we'll find another officer. Because, yeah, that's a good idea to use the Skulljack as the, like,
The opening
initiation of combat. That way they don't get shredded by the preceding Overwatch shots.
Yeah.
Ghost, you stay up there.
I think the reason why we didn't end up doing that this time is probably because we didn't have a ranger to do the set rush.
He was also so far away that
There wasn't really any point to try.
yeah.
Shield says he added 2 new home mods, which I didn't have in, along with a companion mod and a few food mods. I would say it's probably the home mods.
Either that or the food, because food is going to jack with leveled lists, I'd imagine. And homes, if they conflict with cells that other mods are modifying, that can cause a lot of problems.
Yeah.
So those are the 2 places I would check immediately.
The companion mod shouldn't be the one causing it, but
Unless it has adjoining quests that also alter certain cells.
if it has a quest mods also in it, and it's
Yeah.
not just a companion, then that one might be the
Yeah.
problem.
Like, that's why I had a couple of compatibility issues with Niner, because
But
he has...
we figured
Yeah, I was
out
able
how fix
to fix it. It's just, at first, I didn't realize what was causing it. And it's because his quest lines affect certain cells in ways that conflict with certain mods.
Bob said there's also a broad daylight out, and Link says, hello!
Hello.
How was everyone this fine evening, and what have I missed? This is our first mission of the night, and it is a dark site mission because we have 1 peg before the thing starts. And we were...
Hi there!
We were 100% going to try to skulljack with our gunslinger. The problem is
Hi, Archon, how are you?
let's just say we're a little too good at killing things. So we can always get lucky and one drops in during reinforcements.
That's kind of what I'm hoping for.
Yeah.
Because then you
They're
can
so much
concentrate.
prettier now.
Yeah, concentrate fire on the Archon.
Oh my gosh, he has an Omni tool.
He does. That's what the Skulljack looks like when it's
Wait.
equipped on someone.
You mean I've had an Omni tool this whole time I never knew?
Pretty much. You could see it the last time.
I know. I just wasn't paying that close attention to the actual character model.
Don't miss.
Shoot him!
Yeah!
Yeah,
Alright, Archon down.
It's so cute. You know, I have to admit, every time I hear the Fear Replica voice, it makes me happy.
Yeah, same here.
It just makes me happy inside.
Just spread out just a little.
Again, wasn't Fear the first horror game that we ever played together?
Yeah, it was.
And that's where I learned
It
that
was one of the first games we played together.
apparently I have a thing for the state gun. And
I mean, who doesn't?
it's glorious, especially...
Commies, that's who.
I still remember the first time you managed to, there was one of the ninjas hanging out in the corner, and on reflex, he shot him so he was, like, stuck in the Spider-Man
He was,
pose.
like, crucified up on the wall.
It was glorious. It was fantastic. I will always love that.
Come on, Franco.
Link says same. I was just playing it a little while ago.
It holds up really well even
It
today.
does. It really does. My favorite is... Ooh.
Executed? Yes! Alright! That's the weapon mod kicking in. The insta-kill.
Yeah. Oh.
Kicking all the ass!
I'm not sure there's gonna be time for reinforcements at this rate. Should we heal him?
Yeah, it's just we've had so much combat going on.
Yeah. Snowman asked if we've tried out Killzone yet.
I have played the original several times over.
And we
Played a
played
little of
2.
2. I haven't played 3. I have... What was the one that came out on...
Oh, the one that came out with
the
PS4.
Yeah.
Shadowfall?
Something like that. I played about half of it, and I couldn't stand it anymore. I just stopped, because it's a sham.
I really liked Killzone 1, though.
Yeah, Killzone 1 is one of my favorite FPS titles of all time. It is fantastic. For those who like gritty military shooters with a little sci-fi injected in, it's freaking good.
Yep.
especially considering the console that it came out on and the time it came out. Like, it was contemporary to the original Halo, just about. Like, it came out a little afterward.
Oh, no. Somebody's like, no, I meant the skill kills.
Oh!
Sorry,
I don't think I've actually used that skill yet.
That was me misunderstanding. But to be fair,
Killzone is a good game.
it is a good game.
The original, at least.
Minthia says, the books and background stories of Killzone are pretty good. The games, I weirdly was never a fan. I liked 1, 2 was the controls were not very good.
Yeah.
And it was just, we tried. We really did try to. It actually gave me a headache.
Yeah, I couldn't get into it.
I loved the story, but the game itself was hard. We really did like 1 though. Link says, easy mistake to make.
Part of
a
it,
good one to make.
I completely allow that I am so incredibly rusty when it comes to controlling FPS games with a controller as opposed to keyboard and mouse that I just fumbling around like, I can't hit anything!
Though to be fair, you actually did pretty good in Resistance.
Yeah, and then I picked up the original Killzone again because I was feeling nostalgic, and I did alright, so I don't know exactly how to put my finger on it because I'm not really like fresh enough to say with any clarity. It just feels like the controls weren't as intuitive, I guess,
we played Resistance, the first one and the second one, and a lot of the third one.
Yeah, Resistance Fall of Man was actually pretty freaking
you were
good.
doing really good in it, I thought. Like, I mean, you weren't perfect, but you were doing really good.
Still have to play the third one.
No, we were going to, but we just never quite got there. It was hilarious, though, because at the time, our consoles were downstairs. And my dad walks in while we're playing Resistance one night, and just sits down, and then that suddenly became the family game.
It was like we were watching a movie, except we were playing it.
And we were all like speculating, what do you think they're doing? What does this mean? What does that mean? It was hilarious. It was so much fun. Let's see. Shield says, I think I might have figured out how my Fallout Harry Potter story is going to be. I think several people from Harry Potter are put into a vault similar to 111. Gotcha. Marcus says, so Ken, are you planning on streaming more often? I remember you mentioned it sometime.
I am. That's actually one of the things that we're going to cover. I think we need to move Ghost up. In greater detail in a vlog that I've got the script already for. Short version of it is, we want to move toward eventually getting partnership with Twitch, and part of what is required for that is streaming multiple times a week.
Which
I
we
think
are quite happy to do.
3 is the one that they really need.
So happy to do that.
Yeah, we're gonna move it to at least 2 scheduled streams a week, and then probably an unscheduled somewhere tossed in there. We're also going to regiment the actual like channel proper release schedule a lot more, so that you can count on the types of videos that will get released each day of the week. So like I said, we're gonna detail that a little more in a mod spotlight, or not a mod spotlight, vlog. And like for instance, mod spotlights will come out on Mondays. Reading from the Elder Scrolls Tuesdays and Thursdays, indie games Wednesdays, and I haven't really decided on other stuff. Of course, streams are still Fridays, and we haven't yet nailed down the second like hard stream day. Whether it's Monday, Wednesday, it's probably going to end up a weekday. I just haven't figured out which one yet. So
yeah, we don't know yet. We're working on it. We'll figure it out. Bunny says, this is why I use a gamepad on the PC. Snowman says, this describes me in most FPS games. Last one I was actually good at was Perfect Dark for the N64.
Perfect Dark was awesome.
No. What was it?
You'd actually probably like it because it's got kind of a cool female main character. And the game had a really cool art style. It like the gameplay reminded me of like a smoother, I dare say, call me a heretic here, more refined version of some of the N64 era 007 games. I really liked it.
That's cool.
And it had like cool gadgetry, and levels could be completed in multiple different ways, like stealth, action. You could like go through the vents or like hack doorways and stuff. Like it was really, for its time, really groundbreaking.
Menthius says, if you want to grab a Killzone book, I can recommend Killzone Ascendancy.
I've heard that one's pretty good. I haven't read any of them yet.
Yeah, Snowman says, I really enjoyed watching you play the Pretty Snow mod for Mountain Blade. That will be coming back.
Yeah, we're going to do that again. I think that's going to be a thing that we do whenever we do like tabletop Q&A sessions. Yeah, I can speak one of these days.
That's okay.
I'll figure it out. It's almost like I have a degree in some language or another.
No, really? Marcus says, you have a lot of stuff on your platter, that's for sure. Wonder if you actually have any time to proofread my book.
I don't have much, if I'm honest.
But we still want to.
Yeah, it's just don't expect a swift result of the proofreading. If I'm honest about that, I am gonna get to it though, because I've got it sitting in my email, and I skimmed through it just to make sure that it was what I thought it was.
Someone says the multiplayer was good for Perfect Dark 2. The only downside to the game is you need the expansion pack plugged into the console.
Great, an Archon indoors.
Fantastic. And freaking tastic. What's that?
Let's see here. I think it's time for a plasma grenade.
Are we kabooming? You see the sectoid.
Too spread out.
Yep. Ghoul and Specs says, what's up, guys? Finally made it back to watch live. Well, welcome back.
Welcome aboard.
This is the first mission of the stream. So far, we've killed things a little bit too well because we were going to Skulljack and Advent Officer. That didn't happen.
Yep.
But we're just sort of going with it, you know.
Hopefully they'll call in reinforcements, and I'll still find myself in good enough health with the entire squad.
Battle Frenzy, that's probably not good.
Yeah.
Did his lights change color?
Yeah, they did. Now they're red.
That's not creepy at all.
So we're gonna light them on fire.
Yeah!
Catch, you shiny prick. Oh, that wasn't fire. That was acid. Oh well, we'll melt him.
Melt him!
Also good.
Melt him! Marcus says, well, I'm going to ask you about the progress every stream from now on, then, just to make sure you remember it.
That's probably a good policy, honestly.
That is probably a good idea, yes.
You know what? I'm smart. We're gonna put an aid protocol on our point man, since he's the most likely to get lit up. There we go. And he's only in half cover. Alright, take a shot at the Archon.
Link says, I am the one that melts.
That didn't work.
That's okay, we'll try again.
Heavy ammo.
Spread out a little, because I think Archons have an AoE. Sectoid, the Archon. Can't throw a plasma grenade quite far enough, so... Why not? Take a shot at a Sectoid.
Ghoul says, I've been watching on YouTube and archives.
Ah, very cool.
Nice. Marcus says, but seriously though, just let me know if you can't do it.
It's definitely something I can get to. It's just a matter of time is all. Like, I wouldn't have offered if I honestly couldn't have done it, so...
Snowman says, I was watching some guy play Parisno last night, and he got up to like level 15 in under half an hour.
Jeez.
I think he got lucky with his choice of character gen and ended up with 5 in both Iron Flesh and Power Swing at level 1.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Yeah, depending on the, like, early life choices you make at character creation, you can end up with wildly different, early skill specs.
We do tend to prefer some that tend to be a little bit slower in use, but
They're skills that I find I get more use out of with my playstyle.
like in the long term.
Yeah.
So
Because that's the thing with Mountain Blade, is that there are so many different viable ways to play it that, you know, there are options that allow for many different playstyles. Alright, even panicked, keeping up the fire. I like it. Carry on. Ow! Actually, only had 2. Cool. Alright. Still panicked. Alright. Let's go with lightning hands on the Archon. Put him down. And he dropped loot.
Hostile terminated.
And I think I hear rain coming down outside, so apologies if the connection gets interrupted.
Yeah.
Oh. Valerium core, superior expanded magazine, and a data cache.
Nice.
Sweet!
Link says, whoa, whoa, Archon, I don't know you like that. Also, Tic Tac.
Get back, y'all know we like that.
Shield says, fixed my Fallout New Vegas game. It was the house mod. He had it in twice.
Oh, so it doesn't know like which version of it to use. Yep, that'd do it.
Yep, that would definitely do it.
It's one of my little pet peeves is when mod authors end up like, they'll change the name of the file so that the game thinks there are 2 separate mods that are of course conflicting with each other. I'm like, no, don't do that.
Yep.
Inelegant file design. Nice. Oh, that's right. There's still a sectoid in there.
Marcus says,
I kind of
really
forgot.
very grateful that you offered to proofread it, though. I just don't want to come across as bossy.
No.
No worries.
Not at all.
Fire Raketer!
Catch. How's the cover working out for you, friend?
Find some more heavy ammo. So, we'll cover you.
Of course.
Let's get Ghost in here. Got a shot?
Shield says, character
Yes, he
big
does.
Fast travel and mouse still works. The only other problem I'm having is with MCM being in more than once, but that's an easy fix.
Hmm.
I'm glad you figured it out, so you didn't have to reinstall everything. Ooh.
Yes! Good!
Menace 1-5, be advised, we picked up hostile reinforcements inbound on your position.
Check. Excellent. Alright. I'm gonna make a combat save just in case this goes horribly. Because this is my chance.
Yep.
Alright. Codex. Combat save. Cool. Alright, so we need to position. We can complete the mission afterward. We need to position for ambush on him. Which means...
Snowman says, yeah, he planned on doing sword and shield and horseback archery, but ended up with a beastly one-handed sword from a mystic merchant. So coupled with feeding all his points into strength from those early game levels and ranking iron, flesh, and power swing to 10, he could basically run down in one shot basically anything in his path.
Gotcha.
Clink says random while explosion is random. I know, right?
Yeah, it's like when certain parts of the environment catch fire or get acid on them. I think
They just
there's like
explode.
a few turn counter until they disintegrate.
Yeah.
Endlich.
It just seems like they randomly explode though.
Matthew says, oh, I played a bit of Skybreak, a very nice game, bit sci-fi survival story from the makers of Far Sky. Can really recommend it if you want to test it from my library kins.
Yeah,
You
sure.
would like it quite a bit.
I loved Far Skies, so
Skybreak.
alright. Like put that on a document or something so I don't forget.
Yep, working on it already.
Cool. Far Sky was one of those that it didn't try to do too much with itself, so what it did really well.
Skybreak.
Oh. Oh, there's a turret up there. Hi.
How are ya?
Mr. Turret. Please don't kill me. Never mind. Coming inside again.
JK.
Screw that noise. Can I get inside? Yeah, there we go. Right. Never mind. We're gonna go in the corner. There we go. Okay, Ghost, you stay on watch. Alright, here they come. Yes, there's a captain in there. So we'll concentrate on taking everyone else out. They already know I'm here, so there's no point in setting up an ambush. Don't kill the captain. Good. Kill the Lancer. Shoot the captain. Just don't kill him. I said don't kill him! Alright. Alright. Hang on. We are too good at killing things. That's what I have learned here. It's a good problem to have. It's still a problem, though.
Link says, oh, there's a turret up there. Kid 2016.
Okay, so we're not gonna Overwatch.
No, it's just my hands are clean. I shot his assistant.
So we're gonna not. We're gonna reload. And
we're gonna try this one again, huh?
yeah.
Yeah. Redo.
Just.
So I've been able to find data for basically every single tank gun in existence except for the gun on the Leopard 2. What's the deal?
After you.
And she also says, I'm working on items that my main character would be carrying through the Mojave. The story is about the collapse of the world's governments and everything is like the Old West.
That could mean any number of things. So I'm not sure specifically what advice to give you there.
Menthius, I would piss myself if they patched the game so the turret has string AI, so when it's active and you hide under it, it will shoot more around it so it comes crashing down.
It's just thunk, sup!
And then you're just like, ew, what do I do? And Link says, wow, we need less time on the firing range. Snowman says, we have a problem here. We hit when we don't want to hit and miss when we need to hit.
Okay, shield. Can you actually hit him more likely with a pistol? No, it's the same chance. Alright, take the shot at the shield.
I think it's amusing because I think it's more like, look, see, Commander, we can shoot things, I promise.
They've just done so many quick draw drills. It's just, move it!
Did you forget about the whole stabbing them in the skull part?
Okie dokie. I want to save the plasma. Oh, I have 3 of those. Screw that. You're going down, Shieldy. Because I need you to die. If I can get a grenade to you without hitting a friendly. Which I can't. Damn. Alright, hang on. Do you have a clearer shot? Kinda. If I move you there, will you have a shot? I don't know how he won't have a shot on her from here. It doesn't show it as red, though, so we're gonna do it.
Shield says, took the advice that you guys gave me in the last stream, still fleshing out the idea of the timeline, using Fallout New Vegas for ideas for settlements and areas.
Probably a solid call.
Hands on the Tafen.
Alright, at least now he's hollowed. Oop, oop, oop. I saw you. I saw you for just a second. There we go. Alright, that's kind of a waste. I just want to make sure he dies prior to activating his ability. I've got 3 of those, so I can still save some for the Codex. Now then, Lancer. Risk a few overwatches just because I don't think he's going to move much. The Lancer, of course, is because they rush. Hopefully, we won't all kill the officer. Will we? Oh. Okay, Overwatches weren't necessary.
Work well done.
Because Ghost is an angry man. Ow! 9 damage, son of a... Hooky dokie. Let's... Since this has actually gone relatively well, I'm going to save over that. There we go. Because I don't remember. Is it like alien Pokemon? Do I have to damage him first or no? I don't remember. I think I do. Well, in any case, we're gonna damage him first, just in case. There we go. Take a shot at him that won't kill him. Okay.
Nightbot is active, so you're seeing it, Lynx. We're all seeing it, I think.
Yes.
Snowman says, I think it was heavy ordnance that gave us extra grenades to blow things up.
Haha! Alright.
We have complete access to the Advent Psionic Network. I have dedicated our systems to processing the new data, but we will need to work fast. It is only a matter of time before they detect our intrusion.
I'm all over it.
We were so close.
Did it work? Oh, I could have gotten that one. We were within like 1%
Yeah.
of the large cache. Oh well. Thunk.
Here
Alright,
it comes.
here comes the Codex.
I'm still sad.
Let's get
Because
this
my
fight on.
Codex was just a dream.
That appears to be the Codex.
A terrible,
For safeguarding the alien data stores.
terrible dream.
We'll have to neutralize it if we intend to recover the data. Understood. Weapons hot. We've got our target.
Set it on fire.
Snowman says, just attach it to a blue screen round.
I wonder if EMP would really, like, screw those things. Whoa, they don't like fire.
Noted.
Noted.
Try the skull jacket. I am curious now if they're actually skull jackable.
Alright, so now you're gonna clone yourself. And flank me, of course.
Never seen anything like this. The Codex is projecting multiple copies of itself into our dimension.
Bum, bum, bum.
Because as we learned in the previous game, these aliens are, in fact, not just intergalactic, they are interdimensional.
Bob says, play some vaporwave and melt it.
Melt completed! Alright. Promotion earned indeed.
I'm sad because my Codex fight was a terrible nightmare where we all died horribly. The best part was the actual skull jacking, as far as I'm concerned.
The
But
Codex
that part.
appears to be in a state of flux. Existing simultaneously across
Oh, crap.
Oh no. Oh shit.
Oh!
I
Oh, that's
forgot-
not good.
I forgot about them doing that.
Yeah, I kind of forgot about the whole vortex ability thing.
Crap.
Noah, if you would please, kill the thing you summoned.
Yeah, Link says, now it is I who's having a bad memory. Uh-huh.
moving to position.
Get to
I
cover.
think I was the one who died first last Codex fight. But I'm not sure.
It wasn't there. There we go.
That wasn't it,
Fully
though, did it?
neutralized.
Did it bring it down?
Yep.
Menace
Oh.
1-5, we're not picking up any additional contacts near the AO. Proceed
All right.
with the export charges and move to evac. Excellent work, men. It appears some physical remnant of the Codex was left behind when it dissipated. Hopefully, it will provide some insight into the aliens' ongoing plans.
Do we need to pick it up, or was it an auto pickup?
I think it's automatic.
Okay. And somebody says, yeah, you were the first to die. Then everyone else.
I thought Ghost was. I thought it was when he was, like,
No.
moving around.
I think I died first. because I was right next to it and it just nuked me.
Oh.
And then it killed Ghost. That's okay. It happens. Hopefully the vortex didn't disable our X4.
Yeah. The gremlins are still flying, so I don't know.
More heavy ammo.
Space magic.
Snowman says Ghost died from something. Oh yeah, Ghost died first before we got the Codex. And then I skulljacked because we didn't know what was going to happen. That was a mistake. That's okay. It looked cool. Commander, Technomancer, please eliminate your summon. This is links.
Cool.
Did it blow up?
That didn't, like, suck anyone into another dimension, did it?
I hope not.
No? Okay, good.
Do you know where our evac zone's going to be?
I don't think we have one if there are no enemies when you plant.
Menace 1-5, status
Yeah.
confirmed. X4 charges are armed.
No, no, there is an
Move to the
evac point.
extraction point for immediate evac.
Or can we just... Oh. So we call it in. Alright then, let's just set it right there.
I still think it's hilarious that we were too good at killing things again.
Everybody go! Get to the chopper! Even though it isn't the chopper, it's more like a dropship. You know, get to the dropship doesn't sound as much cool, so get to the chopper is what we're going to stick with.
Bob says those purple dome things fucking suck. I advise against leaving people in them. Yeah.
Scorpios! Ich hau ab.
How much would it suck if they just called in reinforcements right now and the last couple of people are just stuck here fighting an entire squad?
Why would you say that?
Because I've had that happen when I was playing...
I know, but why would you say that?
On my own.
We're so we're doing good. Don't say that.
Is that everyone?
I don't
I
know.
think.
Is it? Is that everyone? Alien? Oh crap!
No?
Run!
Haul ass, man! There we go.
Ready to boogie.
That should be everyone. Grim Key.
Menace 1-5, status confirmed. X4 charges detonating.
But we didn't
Cool.
put it to that many places.
Maybe it hit explosive conduits throughout the building? I don't know.
There was only one other enemy left.
There's the turret that I didn't kill. I saw it and just went back inside.
Just never mind.
Yeah, I ain't screwing with that. Alrighty. Successful shot percentage, 71%.
Spider wheel went better than I expected. I won't lie.
I feel like I'm finally
Look how
starting...
happy Bunny is. Look at that. She's like, yeah.
Finally starting to actually get this game.
This is funny. Link says, I know she's going to hit me for this, but my girlfriend is here. I just wanted to introduce her to everyone.
Oh.
Hello.
Hello, hello. Welcome.
I'm Vi. That's Ken. Well, Ken's Mark, Violeta. Whatever. Welcome to the stream.
Always happy to have new folks show up. So is Ari actually into games? Or is he just like, hey, watch this cool thing I like?
Either way. Hi. Nice to meet ya. Someone says, you know what would be cool? Having a way to teleport out of combat after advancing far enough down the tech tree.
Mm-hmm.
Man, all the woundeds. Look at that.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's... No, there's no grievously wounded, so
No.
they should all recover pretty quick. Okay, let's see. Covering fire or threat assessment. Covering fire. Overwatch shots can now be triggered by any enemy action, not just movement. I like that.
That's amazing.
Threat assessment. Aid protocol now grants the target a covering fire Overwatch shot. Okay. But the aid protocol cooldown is increased 1 turn. So I can essentially grant someone covering fire, or I can just have it permanently on this character. I'm gonna go with
covering fire.
Yeah, because I like static abilities.
Yeah. Matthias is still voting for the extreme turret AI.
I'm a fan of
Um,
like good passives.
Yeah. Ghost says, hey, y'all just failed installing a washer and dryer. Oh well, time to relax and vent frustration. Slash crowning.
Yeah, we just had a
Link
new one
says-
put in for us a
Yeah.
couple of weeks ago, actually.
Link says she indeed punched me and said, hello, everyone. Hi.
Let's see. Scanning or field minute? Yeah.
What does scanning do?
Scanning increases sight radius for 1 turn, so
Yeah.
it reveals cloaked enemies.
But for 1 turn, that's
More
boring.
meds.
Yeah.
Always good. Yeah.
Commander,
All right.
please thank
Ooh.
our troops for completing what was surely a difficult task in acquiring the Codex brain. We'll begin work on it as soon as possible.
Good.
Ew.
The Codex leaves only this small, nearly featureless brain when it expires, which has been proven remarkably resistant to biological or mechanical scans of any kind.
Gross.
Okay.
Okay.
Alright then. This biomechanical component, what we refer to as the brain, is all that remains of the Codex our forces encountered in the field. We should endeavor to extract whatever information we can. Time is of the essence.
Your troops performed admirably, Commander. Destroying that
Yay.
facility will slow the aliens' development of the Avatar project and give us time to further establish the resistance movement.
Sam says, no, Central won't yell at us about that anymore.
Yeah.
Wonder what he'll yell at us about now.
New objective added.
Study the Codex, decrypt Codex data.
With
Okay.
the Shadow Chamber fully operational, we can use its advanced decryption capabilities to analyze the Codex artifacts recovered by our forces.
Alright, so that's another use for the Shadow Chamber.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Ghost says, failed because some dumbass builder decided an oval exhaust was better than the normal round one. Got an an adapter for it. I hate builders at this house. Bunny says, I would love to see Vi play XCOM, see how long that would last.
Well, she's seen me play it enough. She might do alright.
I don't know, we'll see. Like,
And she's
I
generally pretty kick-ass at strategy games. Like, she kicks me all over the pavement when it comes to chess.
think,
I love
that-
chess.
Chess, yes, but other strategy games, you're overestimating my capabilities, I think, a little bit.
I'm just all PTSD'd out from the horrible chess ass kickings.
I will try it. If that's something you guys really want, I will try it.
We can do a Vi Plays XCOM if y'all want.
We can.
like,
We can do that. I will
We'll
give
set
it
aside
shot.
a full stream for that.
Oh God. Okay. Save.
I just did.
Okay.
Just let me check.
Matthias says you looted the brain, so the skulljack is a kind of a vacuum cleaner. And Link says, are we just calling it the brain just because it looks like one?
Pretty much.
The creature your troops defeated here was clearly of some importance to the aliens, Commander. Let us hope that the recovered remains prove equally important to our own efforts.
Okay.
Alright.
What's the next closest one?
Supply drop available? I know. There's all kinds of supplies
Bunny says,
scattered
do
around the
it!
map.
Fucking do it! So, okay. I'm guessing that's a Vi should play things now. Where's the next closest
Let's see.
one? Not there.
There isn't any in South America or North America. Next
Alright,
one is in South Africa.
Okay.
That's the only other one on the map. Alright, so that means we can concentrate that way.
Yeah. But we
Alright, so let's assess
we need more
here.
contacts first.
Yeah, we do. So that means I need to make resistance comms, either that or attach another engineer to the comms, or a gremlin in the ship. Let's see. So we've got intel, supplies, and that's about it. Alright,
We need more contacts and supplies.
yeah. Alright, let's see.
Do we need to build one of those radio towers by
Orders, Commander.
Probably. I want to check our facilities and see where's the
we-
comms at. Here we go. Upgrade. Additional comm station. So we just need more supplies for that.
Yeah. Can we buy supplies at the black market dealer? Or get a supply drop maybe?
Yeah, let's go get the supply drop. Just so I don't have to let go of intel.
Yeah. I don't really want to let go of intel, but...
It comes in handy sometimes, though, for a quick fix.
Alright, where's the supply drop?
Supply drop of
What is the
305.
ominous glow? That sounds really...
I don't know. It leads to intel, though, so...
I think we should do that next.
Yeah.
After that.
Yeah, a stack of 300 supplies, though, that's going to come in very handy.
Yeah, we can start
And
doing
now
the
we have the leeway of 3 pegs worth of avatar progress, so we can do a few other things for a
I
while.
wanted to do the ominous glow once we're done with the supply drop.
Yeah, these are each pretty
I've
short.
made a
So.
number of interesting discoveries.
Good. 67 intel.
Commander,
Let's see.
Commander.
New research.
Ooh.
Powered armor. That's only 6 days. Or a
That's
plasma rifle.
But we paused the power armor, that's why it's only 6 days.
Yeah. Archon autopsy and a cache decryption. Alright, let's finish powered armor.
Mm-hmm.
I'll see that work begins immediately, Commander.
Because that will keep us alive.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm liking the damage that the mag rifles are doing already. Alright, so he is now a ranger.
Awesome.
Carry on. Unstaffed engineer. Proving ground. I'll mess with that in a moment. Supply raids. Alright. View raid location. Operation Twisted Spark.
Shadow chamber.
Let's see here. Yeah, it's the shadow chamber that helps us detect the stuff that's in the mission AO. Let's see here.
Oh no.
Archon, Heavy Lancer, great. Elite Trooper, Sectoid, Advanced Officer, Advanced Shield, and a Muton.
I don't like the shield bearers.
Alright, so it's very much their, like, heavy infantry for this
Yeah,
one.
twisted. Okay, I from over here. I didn't initially read it as Twisted Spark. I read Twisted
Setting
Spork.
course for European war.
I feel a little bit bad about that, but
It's one of Twisted Sister's really obscure albums. Alright, let's see. Since the ghostly one is here, we'll keep him in the roster.
am I no longer injured
Jeez.
or?
So many
We
specialists!
don't need that many.
All these
specialists.
gremlins.
Is Corporal the lowest level
Jack, we'll
specialist?
cycle you out. You're still wounded for a couple of days.
No.
Let's get Rosna in here.
Okay.
And... Is Pyro in chat?
Not that I've seen.
Okay. Then...
Then we'll put in.
I'll let him sit this one out, and we'll send one of our rangers. No, we'll get Waskar in there.
Yeah.
Because getting a couple of sharpshooters is pretty
So we
fortuitous.
have a couple of grenadiers, a couple of sharpshooters, and a couple of specialists.
Yep,
Okay, go for it.
solid.
Forward.
All right, let's see here.
And don't forget to do a save right before. We don't. Ooh, what does Talon rounds do?
Those are the high crit rounds.
That sounds like fun.
And we need to get her something other than that freaking minigun.
Yeah.
Let's go with MG36. Actually, that tan looks goofy. There we go. So... Mr. Lara. Since we don't have any shotgunners, I think I'll give him the Talon rounds. Alright. The Mangbob is doing acid all round. I need to get some more nanoscale vests, because... Let me see. Can I make some, like, right now? Yeah. How much did that cost? Little supplies and some trooper corpses. Let's do it. Because that way, in this empty slot that I can't throw a third grenade into, I can make my heavies that much more durable.
Snowman says, I can't wait to see the Advanced Warfare Center kicking secondary feature on promotions. I know. I keep looking forward to that.
Okay. So... She's got our meds. He's got our acid squared away. Alright. I think we're good to go. This is a very difficult, so... that the place you take off and set down from, the environment around that cutscene changes. Because in some cases it's mountains, it's desert, it's like a cityscape.
It's really cool.
I love that that changes. A lot
It's
of
kind
little...
of sad to see the ruined cityscapes.
Yeah.
Resistance operatives disabled an advent convoy in this region, and they sent word for us to come in and seize whatever we can. This is the perfect opportunity for us to recover some of their gear. We'll need to secure the AO and neutralize any hostiles still in the area if we're going to get anything of use out of there.
Right.
Cool, so I almost want to do security. Corrections is killing my soul.
Oh.
We understand.
I am so sorry, mate. I don't know how new you are around here. I worked corrections for about 3 years.
15. The disabled advent convoy is just
There's a
ahead.
reason he left.
Engage and eliminate all hostile forces.
Because
Shakespeare B.
if you're in that environment, you, I'm sure, know what I'm talking about. You see those guys that have worked it for a few decades, and they're all just angry, bitter, jaded old men? Yeah, I didn't want to end up that guy, and I was slowly turning into that guy. So I had to leave. Alright, so this is a mission
Bunny
with
says,
no
Ken, if you
timer.
fail this, I'm laughing at you.
Neutralize all targets, and I have all the time in the world, so we're gonna stay careful.
Drop there. Żadnych przyszli źle.
Headed there now. Eyes on hostile patrol.
Hi there.
Ghoul says, you know, Styles TDCJ.
TDC! That's where the fun kids play! Gotcha.
Wait, do you know him?
No, I know where he works, though. That's...
Styles TDCJ. Is that a...
that's state jail.
I'm so sorry.
That's where my partner that I had for a while at the county, she used to work for them. She actually, for her rank, was with them so long, she maxed out her pay grade. And then when she came to the department that I worked for afterward, she was suddenly making more as a civilian security coordinator straight in the door than she was as a veteran officer with TDC. Or TCJ, rather. No, TDC. Yeah. Acronyms! Alphabet soup.
Ghost says, yeah, I can never do corrections, but I love security work. It's hard work, but nowhere near as stressful. Security
Honestly-
is actually rewarding if you like tech and paperwork.
If I wasn't doing this, I'd probably do security.
He'd be good at it too.
Go with God, sister.
Like, I would actually find it pretty cool to establish enough of, like, a personal work portfolio to eventually go into, like, high-profile client bodyguard. Like, that I would find fun, because it's a constant challenge. Like, you're always trying to account for things, you're always trying to, you know, figure out security concerns for whatever venue they're visiting, whatever home they're in, whenever they travel. Like, yeah, it's a lot of work, and your mind is constantly, you know, adapting to changing circumstances. That is what I would find interesting, though. So... if YouTube ever just implodes, I'll probably go into private security.
Roger, I've got my eyes on it. Headed there now.
Shield is back.
Keep reading.
Overwatch.
Getting in will be easy. Getting out should be fun.
Okay, so it looks like they aren't in the mood to move.
Marcus's question, what requirements are there for working security in the U.S.? Just curious.
They're very little. For a lot of security, it's you're joining certain private security agencies, and I know it's a derisive term. Let's call a spade, though. A lot of those agencies are just rent-a-cops. They're people that haven't really got any authority. They're just there as a deterrent for people to commit crimes on the grounds that they are assigned to. Pretty much their job is, if they're even authorized to, detain people until cops arrive that they call. That's pretty much it. And for a lot of those, all you really need is a high school diploma. For some of them, though, those that work like high-profile venues, things like that, then you start looking at what the clients want. And a lot of them want either prior law enforcement or prior military history. Military, of course, required for those that are, protecting like celebrities and that kind of thing.
Bunny says YouTube imploding? That's going to be quite soon.
I was happy to see, though, and this will date this stream, all the same though, that I just saw yesterday, YouTube are finally changing something for the positive, which is to say that now, according to the press release that they just came out with, when a video is, either claimed or there's a content ID match, then as it is still in dispute, the creator can still monetize it. So that means that greedy opportunists can't just steal that crucial first, day to 3 day period's worth of revenue that most of any given video's money comes from. So then it means that, yeah, they may end up losing out on the ability to monetize it long term if an appeals go through and YouTube finds that the corporations are still, we'll hand it to them, which is likely. They still get to keep their initial payout from it, though, which is where most of the money comes from. So it's a small thing. It's finally a step in the right direction.
Links says, we are back. What did we miss? Not too much. We started a new mission and talked about security jobs and YouTube.
Pretty much.
Bunny says, Securitas? My dad used to work for them. Yeah. He says, is that and worse? I'm glad I don't work for that. I think that was back on your security plan. Marcus says, I would most likely work security if it wasn't for all the bureaucracy around here.
Yeah, depending on the companies that you're working for, there is a lot of that. Alright, I think I'll let Ghost kick off our combat here. Let's just take the Lancer out of the equation right away. Down he goes. I love how the other ones are just like, Frank? Come on. There we go. Come on, man. What'd that tree ever do to you? Hi. How's it going? Well, come to join us, have you? Ow!
That looked painful.
Rude.
Link says, I said I was going to medbay. How long will I be out? I think only a handful of days, because no one was grievously injured. Yeah,
you weren't grievously out, so probably just a few days. So after this mission, you'll probably heal up. Oh great, another one! And a Muton.
Did we make a save before this?
Yeah. I think that's gonna explode. So let's retreat. And launch us a little plasma grenade. Yeah. Kaboom! Have fun. Didn't do as much as I'd like. He seems mad. You know what? Just... oh jeez, he's so close he actually has a low chance to hit. Hang on.
Wolves says...
There we go. Straight in the face.
I found the lack of structure frustrating at Patriot, but I had just left the Navy.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're used to military regimentation, then private security is probably still going to feel pretty lax.
Also, thank you for your service.
My mom and my grandpa were also Navy.
That had to hurt.
What is it, though?
Let's find out. Calarium core and an advanced autoloader. Hell yeah!
It's still twitching. I don't like it when they twitch. That.
Okay, we're gonna keep him suppressed. Just because I need to heal people. Ghost, let's get you fixed up. Go. Now, let's get to something resembling proper cover. There we go. There we go. Kill zone. Could you not? Ow. Crap, that removed his friggin' kill zone. Uh-oh. Ow! Oh, shit. It's that metallic, like, clang to the skull that gets me, man. Ooh. Alright, well, Oscar's down. This may end up mission scrub. Yep, Roz is kind of losing her mind.
Yeah. Ghost is down. So she.
Ghost is about to die. Waskar's already died. Roz is losing her mind.
It might be time for a.
Yeah. I think it's time for mission scrub here. Those damn nightmares, man.
Yep.
Alright, let's see.
Yes, no, it's all gone to shit. Ghost says, oh crap, this is going to suck. I think we're just gonna.
Yeah. Alright, I could load from a few times ago, or I could do from here and get a fresh, like, mission format.
Up to you. Trent
I think
finally
I'll-
got time and internet to see you again. How are you?
I'm doing
Hello.
alright.
We're doing alright.
I think I'll try from a couple of turns ago just to see if I can salvage this mission. Because also, I can't remember when the last time I saved was. I don't want to have to retrace a lot of ground. Alright, so this is still from concealment. Okay, good. So this is pretty much starting from the top. Cool. I think this time, let's see, how many people still have actions? Are those plasma grenades? Yes, they are. Alright, so I'm going to initiate combat with plasma.
Okay, go for it.
That's affirmative.
We're going to move you up, put everyone on Overwatch.
Oh.
Here we go.
Lots of job cuts for Marcus. It's mostly because our government keeps raising taxes and doesn't give a damn if it means that employers can't afford to employ anyone. And yet they keep wondering why unemployment rates are climbing.
Yeah.
After you.
There we go. Alright. Let's try this again. Can I get all three of them? Almost.
Ghoul says, your team might want to talk to someone about those nightmares. But he says, I need to lay off the LSD. I keep having these nightmares about XCOM soldiers dying.
It's that PTSD, man. Fighting aliens, it gets to you. Okay. Once you fought in the war against the sectoids, in can't come out the same on the other end.
Since all the therapists are probably admin.
It's probably true.
That's probably true, yeah.
Alright, Archon down. So no one's gonna get cracked in the skull this time. Put down the Lancer, even though he's about to melt. Execution! Alright.
Work well done.
Indeed.
Shield says Moxley needs to get out of sickbay. She keeps seeing her teammates dying.
Hi, friend. How are you?
Repositioning on us.
You're just gonna friggin' Akbar on us, aren't you? Yeah. You're a dick, sir.
Yeah. Trent says, someone knows if I finally got that badass sword or not yet. I don't think yet. I haven't got my fancy sword yet. We have other research projects to do.
Yep.
We're getting armor first, I think. Or I guess it's finally enough. They think it's because people are interested in having a job. Boy, would I prove them wrong if I met any of them.
Hi, friend. Let me just startle you a little bit. I wasn't really trying to hurt you. We're just playing mind games at this point.
Ghost says, I love that gun I'm carrying.
Alright, let's see. Hang on. Can anyone else just... Can someone wreck this fool? Does anyone have a clear shot on this guy that's right here? Come on. Just kill him. Thank you, T. Thank you.
Ooh, that had to hurt.
Ghost says, is it bad I've actually had an XCOM mission scrub dream after an XCOM binge? Nice.
You play a game enough, you do start to, like, think in it.
That has happened so many times.
Okay, alright.
Like, I remember I was playing Skyrim a whole bunch, and I had perfected my, what I call drive-by harvesting technique. As I just wandered around the area, and I would just pick up, you know, all the flowers and stuff, because I like to do mad alchemy. And then we were playing Codex and they had some of the bright colored things, and just on reflex, I tried to grab it because I was so used to picking stuff up, and I'm like, wait, that's a completely different game. Never mind.
That actually worked out really well, because that detonated the engine there.
Yeah. Trent says, ow! Whatever that good team seems to be kicking ass.
Still on Overwatch. Is anyone really hurting? Not really. Okay. Man, we're low on cover, though. Stay on
Buddy
Overwatch.
said I had a weird ass Metal Gear Solid dream of doing an MGS 3 binge. Yep, that happens.
Put a round in it. There we go. Ooh, right in the gut. So glad I invested in mag pistols.
So it says all the cover just keeps getting blown up.
Alright, now the Mouton is poisoned.
Good.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Shield says don't do a Division, Fallout, and XCOM binge. It messes up your dreams. Things just keep exploding. I'm not sure how to take that.
We didn't have anyone over there. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Link says I once had a dream that I was a Sweet Tooth from Twisted. I was Sweet Tooth from Twisted Metal after a Twisted Metal binge. But he says, and the same for Infamous.
Infamous was fun, man.
Yeah. Dreaming in the Infamous world is kind of... Oh.
Great! A third one!
Because we definitely need that, right?
Oh, man. Alright. Crap, that means I need to retreat. Just keeping her out there, she's gonna get picked off.
Cool says, cover! Cover! We don't need no stinking cover! Bob says, please, the worst dreams are the Metroverse, the ones where you're in a local city subway system. Shield says, had a weird story idea based off the 3 games. I have had some very strange dreams after watching or playing games for a couple hours. Man.
Oh, man.
Trent says, I can't believe I just saw Overwatch shots that hit. I know, right?
Can you throw that grenade that far?
But in Bunny's Infinite stream, yeah, Ice Powers, it was awesome.
There we go. Gotcha up there. There we go. Take him out. A little
So
poetic
it's
justice.
Cover his love, cover his life. You don't want to get caught in the open and flamed from every side. Well,
Okay.
Marcus said, like, our parliament's biggest party is SDP. It stands for Socialist Democratic Party. And everything Bernie Sanders is suggesting, we have it. Everything. We also got red lines, believe it or not.
Jeez.
That's pretty bad.
Little
I'm sorry.
flashback to the Dust Bowl.
Heading out.
Let's get to some superior cover. There we go.
I'm on it.
Bunny says cover is for pussies.
Covers for the weak! And those that want to stay alive. You know, don't worry about it.
But both versions.
Why not? Take the shot. Hey! Love it when that low chance shot actually connects.
Find some more heavy ammo.
You mad, friendo?
Ghoul says, I had a dream where I was a Super Saiyan once. Nice. Love says, I can hear the Red Army choir sing whenever I see Bernie Sanders. What are you looking at?
It's the kill zone thing.
It's the kill zone thing?
No.
Marcus says, I hope you understand why I want to get the fuck out of here. Yeah, if there are red lines, that's pretty...
It's not a good sign.
Yeah, no.
Oh.
Ooh!
Shot to the heart!
But he says, power armor is for pussies, too. Except you're wearing it.
We're wearing the Predator armor. We haven't researched power armor yet.
Oh.
Because this game thinks Predator armor isn't, even though it is.
I don't like the zombies.
Just took out a mountain.
Oh.
What are you doing? Oh, animating that guy right next to me. You're a prick.
That's not good.
Alright, we could compromise cover to take them out. I ain't comfortable doing that though, so you know what? We're actually going to take out the zombies for once.
Bob says, Marcus, you can come and live in my basement and make whatever Finland is famous for. All I ask is if you bring a Valmet with you.
Was it? I forget who it was. Somebody said that there actually was a, I think it was after I commented on the Valmet in Safarium. They were just like, yeah, that was my service rifle. I forget who that was and what country that was.
I don't know.
Maybe it was Marcus. I don't know. Alright. So he's Kershreked. Move up for a clear shot. There we go. Hi, friend. How are you?
Find some more heavy ammo.
Bob says it's probably Finland because Valmet was the Finnish AK. Marcus says, Ken, that was me.
Okay. I thought it might be.
Yeah.
I just couldn't remember.
Trader says, when I see a surname or name that I've already read in any game or film, I just recall that character, thinking about Dr. Sanders from Mass Effect novels. Bob says that they just so happen to make hunting variants that are legal to use in Canada. Nice.
Hint, hint, nudge,
Hint,
nudge.
hint, nudge, nudge.
What are you doing now,
Marcus
Skullface?
says, Bob, we could be roommates if we end up in Texas together. Link says, so Ken, how do you feel about Queen getting some newfound interest?
Like, the music group? I don't know, I haven't really heard about anything new with them.
But then we're not exactly
Like,
super plugged in.
I'm not really. Like, I love me some Queen. If they're finally getting some more, like, recognition from millennials, that's cool. Because, like, in all honesty, most people's knowledge of Queen extends to We Will Rock You and Bohemian Rhapsody. Like, that's what most people know of Queen. And don't get me wrong, great songs. There's just so much more.
Do you include We Are the Champions and We Will Rock
Absolutely.
You? So are those the same song as far as you're concerned?
Well, no. I mean, it's in the same, like, vein. Like, stuff that gets played at, like, high school football.
I know, but I like that song.
Like I said, they're good, don't get me wrong. It's just there's so much more to Queen.
Yes, the music group.
Okay. Like, what's new with them?
I don't know. And she was like, don't forget We Are the Champions! Yep.
Like, those that,
can't forget the Mustafa Ibrahim. Good song.
those that saw my old First 15 on Heroes and Generals know I want to ride my bicycle. He seems angry.
I still don't like the new sectoids. They're creepy.
And I just might have most of the ERB with Freddie Mercury and Frank Sinatra memorized. Because it's one of their crowning rap battles. It's so good. Come on, someone kill this asshole. There we go.
God's will.
Alright, so that isn't mission complete yet.
What else do we have to do?
Kill the rest of the hostiles. I'm just not sure where they are. I assume they're off here in the fog of war.
Thinks says their song Bohemian Rhapsody is in Suicide Squad and Good Time and Hardcore Henry.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. It is pretty cool that they're getting put in some more
I think my favorite
modern stuff.
use of Good Time was in Shaun of the Dead. Love that sequence. Don't stop me now.
Bunny says, let's forget We Will Rock You and We Are the Champions. Those songs are so overplayed.
Thing is, that's not the song's fault, though. The songs are fantastic.
They're great songs. It's just...
They are overplayed. That's not something to criticize the songs for, though. That's the people that choose music.
Oh, those two songs are the theme song for the two movies. So Bohemian Rhapsody is Suicide Squad's theme song, and Good Time is Hardcore Henry's theme song.
Yeah, I know they used it in the trailers. I didn't know they were, like, a lot of songs.
Do our best to avoid destroying the gear while we secure the area.
And she had a thought the other night that I was just, like, so relieved with. Because those that paid close attention in the Batman v Superman may have figured out that, you know, this is post-Killing Joke version of Mr. Wayne. So that means Joker's dead. So if this is the same DC verse for Suicide Squad, then...
It can't possibly be the real Joker.
Yeah, Jared Leto's Joker isn't the actual Joker. He's someone posing as him, like one of the Robins or something that went crazy. That I'm okay with, because I hate the new Joker if that's the Joker. If it's someone else posing as him, totally cool with that, because that's happened in the DC verse. And she had that click of like, no, this,
It has to be.
there were hints in that movie that this version of Batman is post-Killing Joke. It's post-Death in the Family. So that means Joker's already dead. I'm like, yes! I was so relieved. I'm like, now I might enjoy Suicide Squad.
Yep. There you go.
Because I'm not going to hate Joker through the whole movie.
You're welcome. Because we're just going to assume it's a poser the
Yeah,
whole time.
pretty much.
Because it was killing him, and I'm like, love, you're the one who told me in the movie that
I know,
that's from Killing Joke.
I
and I
hadn't-
was like, that means Joker's dead, you know.
Yeah, I hadn't put that together for what that implies for Suicide Squad if that and the Batman v Superman universe are one and the same, which I think they are.
Link says, wait, Robin turning into Joker? Jason, is that you?
Like I said, it's happened. So...
Ghost says, yep, my thoughts exactly. Joker is hopefully dead, and I hope it's a new Joker.
Mm-hmm. Because plenty of people in the comic verse have posed as Joker.
Yep.
And especially as, like,
They're
violent...
taking on the moniker.
Yeah. Keep everyone together. Because I'm nervous about how quiet this is.
Cool, so I still think Thomas Wayne is Joker. I have a whole theory on it.
Thomas Wayne. I mean, I never saw them as that disparate in age. I don't know.
Ghost says, I just hope they make it obvious and clear who he is, and not leave it to tons of speculation on the fans. They'll probably leave it open.
Probably. Because so far a lot of
Link
things
says,
like that are
won't
hearkening
lie.
to the comics are just implied.
Yeah. Won't lie, really want to see a Jason Todd Red Hood Arkham Knight movie.
Yes!
Absolutely.
Jason Todd is one of the most interesting characters in that, like, setting. And his Red Hood arc is... It's pretty much like Punisher for DC. Well, let's call a spade a spade. Red Hood is the DC Universe's Punisher.
Sade says, hello! Wow, it's been a while since I made it to a stream.
Hey there, mates.
Well,
Good to see ya.
hello. Snowman says, has anyone been keeping up with the TV show Gotham? Curious to see what they do with Azrael, but I'm kind of stuck with the guy they picked for that incarnation.
Ironically, I haven't. On the drive out to El Paso a couple of weeks ago, my mom has apparently kept up with it, and she loves it.
Oh, yeah. Trent says, I like Two-Face. I have to say I'm more on Marvel, so I don't know about them in comics, but Two-Face got me even more than Joker.
Yeah, I'm much more of a Marvel fan than I am a DC. The only real like DC characters that I keep up with at all are pretty much the Batman-verse. The rest of it, I'm like, eh.
That's just because Batman was your favorite before you found Deadpool.
Pretty much.
Before the X-Men and Deadpool happened, that you were a Batman fanboy.
Yeah,
That's why.
true story. And I think Wesker just killed a man through a truck.
You know what? That's fine.
No, no, didn't kill him, just almost killed him.
Almost killed him.
Yeah, take the shot, why not? There we go. Wreck his day. Hi there, Shieldy. How's it going?
Cool, so I gotta catch up on everything. Yeah.
Find some more heavy ammo.
Why do we need heavy ammo? Why can't it be light? I know what she means.
It's Kasumi.
I know it is. He says, I was a bit disappointed about Arkham Knight being Jason because of the fact the company said he would be an original
Like
character.
a new character, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like technically that persona was new. He isn't a new character though.
Yeah.
So there's a little half-truthiness there.
Trin says, actually, my name works for Game of Thrones too, and I love it.
Ah!
Did you kill someone? Did someone
Yep.
die?
God wills it!
Marcus is back.
Hi, friend. You feeling the pressure yet? HP, I has one left. Oh, geez, he's pissed. Well, he's decided he ain't going down without a fight. Guess what, sir? You ain't gonna get much chance to fight. You and your cool little car, you're just gonna have to explode. I'm sorry. It's the way things are. Farewell, sweet prince.
But we didn't need him.
Status confirmed. All hostiles are down and the area is secure.
Is that it?
Yep.
Mission accomplished.
Yay!
Excellent.
We killed everybody.
That first run, that was just it was a holographic training module. We were showing the troops what not to do. Yeah.
Ghost says, I liked his persona in Arkham Knight, though. It kind of made the game personal. I was
Yeah.
definitely on a vendetta about halfway through.
Yeah, like, I haven't actually played that
my
one.
car!
I haven't played that one myself. I've seen a full Let's Play of it, and I actually kind of like the story in that one. My
it's
main
just-
criticism of the Arkham games in general,
I feel like they liked it.
well, they did a little, and
I don't like it when they do that.
it's just their version of Batman. Like, yeah, they're really confronting his madness. At the same time, though, he doesn't really feel like he lives in the real world. Like, a lot of the comic verse...
It's pretty clearly that he doesn't.
Yeah. A lot of the comic verse, like, he's very grounded. He just has his eccentricities and his, like, delving into mania and obsession. He's still, like, a real person, though. The Arkham Games version of him, I'm just like, you don't live in the real world, do you? You're crazy.
She'll ask if there is a death tattoo.
How do you mean, like a skull kind of thing? Because if so, yes.
Trim says, I have to go soon today.
Alrighty.
See you and good luck. I'll keep watching your YouTube videos when I have time.
Alrighty.
Thank you.
Yeah, feel free to catch up on what you miss of the stream, because they all get exported over to
Yes,
YouTube as
they're
well.
all
So
exported.
Let's see.
Marcus says, by the
Shredder.
way, guess what I found on sale in an online gun sale site in Finland? An MG34.
Really? That's cool. Oh, that reminds me. Hang on.
Link says, that's what I said. Still, won't complain too much about it since Jaybird is my favorite DC character next to Superboy and Batman.
Yeah. And speaking of old,
I think he inhaled a little too much Joker gas.
speaking of old World Wars era equipment, I now have another century-old piece of equipment. Compliments of my grandma. She had apparently got this. It's an old Spanish artillery soldier's knife, or bayonet rather. When she was on one of her trips to Europe, she traveled all over the place. And it just, like, sat on her farm for ages, and then she gave it to my stepdad a while ago and was just like, if you go to any, like, knife shows, go sell it, get a little profit off of it. He doesn't really collect knives like I do, so he was just like, well, here, I think she wanted you to have this because you'd enjoy it more.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, I'm apparently starting to inordinately collect World Wars era pieces of military equipment.
Like that, though.
I know, and it's 111 years old, and love that sound for one. And it's so clean, like it's hardly got any wear on it at all.
Save says, any ideas why keyboard has power but won't do anything?
I would
The
say,
connection might just
yeah,
be
check the USB port. See if there's like
bad.
gunk
Wiggle
in
it,
it.
or pull it out, clean it, whatever. Try to see if that might be the problem. Otherwise, it might just have a short thing.
Yeah.
She would like to know if she could see the skull or death tattoo.
Yeah,
because
sure.
it might be Mox's daughter's tattoo.
Okay.
Ghost says, him being crazy was kind of weird, but it was also kind of fun to play. I think the normal Batman would have been a bit too boring, because crazy is entertaining.
No, I could agree with
Says,
that.
Or maybe he got gassed by Scarecrow too much, since he really fell into a lot of those traps in the first two games.
That I could see too.
Yeah. But he says, want to know a shitty hero?
Whoa,
Leonard
we got a
Peter
lot of
Ladd
stuff.
from Legion of Superheroes.
There's a lot of those obscure ones that you mention and people are just like, who?
But that's usually for a good reason. If we're
Except in the case of
honest.
like Guardians of the Galaxy, because a few years ago you could mention them and people were just like, what are you talking about?
But it's so much better.
Yeah, I was really concerned that as off the wall as they are, that they wouldn't translate well into film, and yet they did a fantastic job. So I was happy with that. Let me save. Alright, there we go. Click. Alright, power armor in 5 days. So let's just see what happens in those days. Supply drop available, I know. Alien alloys and Alarian crystals. And an alien wreckage. That's kind of cool. Okay. Right. We had just done.
We need to make more contact, but we need
Yeah,
to...
I need to go finish that supply.
Yeah,
run.
because we need the
I need the supplies.
so we can start the upgraded
Yeah.
thing. And then I want to know what that glowing I forget what it was called.
Ominous glow.
The ominous glow. I want to know about that. I really do.
Yes. All right. Staffy Bell. I know.
Let's go back to the thing.
Hang on. Okay, so the wreckage is way down there. I'm just gonna get the intel. Because
We need to
we're close to
set
it.
the thing to building before we do anything. That upgrade. Now that we have the supplies for it,
yeah, we probably should.
let's go ahead and exit the map and do the upgrade first.
No, I need to put the antenna in here
Oh.
to make contact. So, can I do that without traveling there? No. Okay. I was hoping I could just like radio them, like, "Hey, start construction." Oh well. Okay, so it takes 3 days.
Link says, Chris Pratt was an awesome Star-Lord.
He was.
Oh, yes. Snowman says, I wonder how the Aquaman movie will go. He's a bit of an underloved hero, but it won't come out till 2018.
The thing is, I like what they've done with the aesthetic of Aquaman, because he
Yeah.
always looked really underwhelming. This new version of him, he looks friggin' terrifying.
Yeah. Ghoul says, Aquaman is awesome and loved GOG.
Yeah, I love the older Aquaman, like when he starts carrying a spear and he's like missing an arm and he's got longer hair. Like that version of Aquaman, he's actually pretty cool.
Will you go to our actual building stuff?
Yeah.
Because there's an Alliance Comms upgrade.
What can I do for you, Commander?
Yeah.
There we go.
Or Resistance Comms, excuse me.
125, increased communications capabilities. Sure.
Current power systems are limited.
That's what I was worried about.
We don't have any capacity to spare, which means we can't expand our facilities further.
Can I make a new power relay, or can I upgrade our existing power? Ooh, yeah, put the Alarium conduit in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Marcus says, I think an alien invasion would actually be a good thing for Finland. That's how much I despise our current government.
Just want to scrap it and start over. I know that feeling. That's how I feel about the current presidential election. If anyone is wondering, I don't like any of the choices. Any of them. I want a complete do-over. I think that's as political as I'll get. I generally try to stay apolitical on the show. I'm just not fond of anyone. I'm sad that it's come to this point. Okay, so we've got
Rick says, I would
one
also request a
contact.
Spider-Man noir or a Punisher noir.
Okay, so we're actually doing somewhat alright. Let me save since we've made those little strides forward. There we go. I'm really curious to see the next season of Daredevil. I haven't seen the first one. I wasn't all that excited for it. And then I saw the promo trailers for the second season where it's the conflict of Daredevil against Punisher. And suddenly I'm just like, that looks like an excellent version of Punisher. I want to see that.
Yeah.
So now I'm like, I have to see the first season so I know the prelude to the second one.
And Ghoul says, vote no. Pretty much. I want to vote mulligan.
Uh-huh.
Like, try again.
Just write in do-over.
Yeah. So
That's
it
what
says,
I
well,
want.
keyboard works. It was cable managing my desk split my USB hub. Apparently that specific slot in the hub has no data transfer. Tried another slot and it worked.
Gotcha.
Gotcha, nice.
Yeah, I've got one faulty USB port on my current tower. It's my only complaint about this computer is that one of them just doesn't work.
Link says, I'm just a film noir geek. Cinnamon says, I think a lot of that is in part thanks to Jason Momoa being cast as Aquaman. Definitely has a bit of a Drago feel from his time at Game of Thrones.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
and I like it.
I do too. Snowman says, power armor hype?
Indeed. Alright. Codename Goliath. Item available Warden armor, Proving Ground Project Wraith suit, and Proving Ground Project War suit. That sounds cool! From what we've seen of the aliens' activities and their lack of regard for human life, preserving those of us that are still around... Wait, what? Those of us that are still around has to become a task. For some reason that sentence just didn't compute in my mind. Of equal importance to eliminating the alien threat itself, the success of this entire undertaking hinges on our ability to keep our soldiers healthy and ready for battle at a moment's notice. In working towards that aim, our latest armor prototype utilizes more of the alien alloys than any we've previously assembled, as expected, Jesus, I can't read. The durability and potential for damage mitigation is extremely impressive. Initial trials show the armor to be capable of withstanding a direct hit from focused plasma at 5 meters, enough so to increase... God! Thanks, concussions! By a substantial margin. I plan on advising the senior staff not to inform the troops of any perceived toughness associated with the suit. I would hate for our forces to grow reliant on it, despite our best intentions. That's actually pretty smart.
Cool says I'm on PS4. Typing is annoying. I bet. Ghost says the new season of Daredevil is awesome. The ending of the first season was really good towards the end. The beginning was just really slow. Market says one thing happened last month. The head of the SDP, Alexander Stubb, was assaulted by an angry farmer. The reason? Government cuts towards the agriculture and farming.
Well, makes sense.
Snowman says Wraith suit is a better spider suit and War is a better XO.
Ah.
That Warden armor, so nice. So sleek.
Good.
So we want the Warden armor.
We have it. Our new mastery of the alien Zellarium technology has led us to the ultimate in battle armor, the Warden armor. Zellarium-powered armor provides unprecedented survivability and versatility in the battle against increasingly powerful alien enemies. War suit. Ooh, that looks cool. By harnessing the power of Valerium, it may be possible to create a new heavy-powered armor suit capable of generating a defensive force field, not unlike those used on the alien craft. Cool! And Wraith suit. Having seen the aliens manipulating psionic fields for a variety of purposes, we've theorized it may be possible to traverse the physical confines of our world by developing a psionic field enmeshed in a specially designed light armor suit. So can I teleport in the Wraith suit?
Someone just says it's a better spider suit. That guy says, sorry for being late. I saw you were playing XCOM 2 on Steam and I thought, seems like they're back. Then later I thought about it and said, shit, it's a Friday! Came as soon as I could.
Alien biological material and advanced mechanical support systems. The Archon is an unusually ornate design by alien standards.
It is.
With an air of authority spurred by its distinctive appearance, you can only assume that aliens intended to be something of a herald to the other forces.
Yeah. Oh,
So it's kind of a morale officer.
the sounds. It's
Like
so gross.
splorchy sounds.
It's so
Let's see, do I actually need...
Steady progress in convincing the remaining civilian populace to migrate to the city centers, with the propaganda campaign providing a constant stream of reminders as to the benefits of migration. They have maintained a steady influx of new converts. Unfortunately, most of these unwitting refugees had little idea what they were truly signing up for.
That's the idea. Alright, let's see, do I actually need to construct that armor?
Marcus says that farmer became a small hero. And Snowman says Ghost can now go through walls if he gets that.
300 supplies.
That guy says, so how are all of you doing?
We're doing
all
pretty
right.
good.
Oh, it is 8:40 just for a time update.
Okay. I need more supplies. That's what I'm getting out of this. I need more supplies. Let's see here. Definitely gonna get the war suit rolling. Yeah.
Sage says, same here, that guy. Didn't realize it was Friday until 8-ish.
I appreciate you guys coming around, though. Haven't seen Saved in ages. Alright, I'm gonna have to save my supplies for some more of this stuff.
Yep.
So I really need an influx of supplies right now. That's what I'm getting.
Which means we need intel so we can go buy some supplies.
Let's save and...
What else do we have going on?
Is there any facility construction I need to do?
Yeah, we're upgrading resistance comms and the power.
Might as well put you on it.
Okay.
Well, hang on. Is there anything else?
How fast can we get the resistance comm online?
I could put someone on it right now.
That might be worthwhile.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and do that.
Ooh, we get another contact. That means we can actually get started on the contact.
Yeah, that's
That's good.
review upgrade. Oh, I see. Okay. So let's check Geoscape. Let's see.
Yeah.
Let's
Oh
finish
my
on
gosh,
this
all
glow.
those contacts.
Yeah. All right, we can really start moving along now.
I want to know about Ominous Glow.
Yeah,
I'm
me
so
too.
curious.
Plus, sitting here and checking this out.
Oh crap.
All right, let's worry about that. It's okay though.
We want to set how the aliens work on the Avatar
We
project.
know.
I'm aware of that, Central.
As soon as possible.
We're working on it,
I've
dude.
still got a couple of pegs worth of time. Here come the guerrilla ops. All right, let's review our targets. That is retaliation counter. I can deal with that. Or hidden faceless. So wait, they just did the new peg thing. Usually there's 3 choices here.
Yeah, they just finished it before we got the chance to...
Crap then! Alright.
Yeah, we didn't get a chance to actually undo it.
Huh. Okay,
That's
well,
a new engineer. That might be useful, though.
that's a stack of supplies.
Ooh, but engineer can actually...
And it counters the faceless.
Yeah,
It is very difficult. Stack of supplies, though.
and faceless.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do this.
Save. Make a
I'll
combat
probably do a
save.
combat save as soon as we set down.
Noah is returned.
YOLO! YOLO! Alright, let's see.
Am I awake yet?
Yep. Let's get you outfitted.
I want to kill things. Oh. Do I not get a special secondary thing?
I think I'm gonna... Do we have any other heavies to rotate in? Yes. Good. Okay, so he's coming along because I want some experienced heavies on this mission.
That guy says, go wreck some X-ray bases, send the horse back where they came. Or the horde. So first it was horse, and then horse, and then horde. She wants to know how Mox is doing.
She is doing alright. Also, let's look for the tattoo she was after. Let's see.
I don't think she wants it for Moxley, but for her daughter. But
Didn't-
she wants to see it.
Okay.
Where is that?
No, that's it. Props. Let's see here. Right arm. Let's see here.
For some kind of skull.
Yeah, there's the death sleeve. It's got like crossed scythes on it. There's Ace in the Hole. That's got a couple of Reapers with some playing cards. Oops, went too far. I've got so many that now if I actually do Scrolly Wheel, it goes too far. There's Death from Above, and yes, that is the same as from Starship Troopers.
That was the point, wasn't it?
Yep. It's so I could make Johnny Rico.
Digital skull sleeve, but it's really kind of hard to see the skull part of the digital skull.
Yeah, because the skull part is on the forearm. Can you tell I have a few mods?
Just a few.
GZV. Got a lot of Celtic now.
Makes me happy.
I like that mod pack. Because I'm a sucker for cool Celtic patterns. Because fun fact,
Ooh, that's
that's
so
what's on our
pretty.
wedding rings.
So pretty.
Is a Celtic knot.
Yep. Was that Mjolnir?
That's Odin.
No, I mean like the Celtic hammer.
Yeah.
That's technically Mjolnir.
The Hammer Mjolnir. We have a history.
Jill wants the Shadow Wolf to Death Sleeve.
Shadow Wolf changed to Death Sleeve. Got it. There we go. Now, since that's a lot of ink, do you want me to change the purple to something else, or keep it? While I wait on the delay for an answer, let me check the rest of the squad here.
Can I have some
Let's
extra
see.
goodies?
Need to get her tracers, since she is our marksman.
Do I have any extra goodies perhaps?
I need to get you like nanoscale vest or something. Hang on. Make utility items available, yes. The vest? Yeah, there we go.
Shield says no purple.
Okay. Then I'll change that to like a proper dark ink kind of color. I have found that it's actually like the really dark tan that actually looks most natural as a fill-in skin tone.
She wants to know if she has a med kit.
Mox isn't carrying one since she's a sniper.
That guy
We
says,
have
well,
Miss
I've
T.
been doing well, learning about Hinduism and literature. That's
Oh,
interesting.
cool.
Payday 2 skill tree beta is supposed to start yesterday, and I got Goon mod to go with it. It adds mutators, still wanting to troll my friends. Oh, and I had 2 meatball subs for dinner tonight. So yeah, been doing well.
Good times.
Oh, she wants to keep the purple.
Oh. Alright, reinstate that.
That's darker than the one she had.
That is darker.
I think it was the one next to it. Yeah.
There we go. I think it was that one. I think we'll darken it up just a tad, though. Yeah. Hinduism was one that I never really learned a whole lot about. I actually had a period in college where...
It's in honor of her father.
Gotcha. I think we are ready to roll. Cool. I like went out of my way to like learn practically attending services of all kinds of different faiths and denominations and stuff, just because I wanted to see how they do their services and their ceremonies and that kind of thing. Hinduism was one that I never did, though.
Marcus says,
Okay, so this is destroy the relay. Check.
Marcus says, so I got a little problem. I have this character for the book, basically a fool, and I need some help deciding what armaments he would be carrying. He's a former Denver police officer.
Denver PD. I'm not familiar with their standard issue. Probably Glocks. You might actually track down the standard issue for Denver PD or one of the outlying towns around that area, because some of them actually like release that information online. In general, though, like speaking very vaguely, most cops in the U.S., regardless of the state, will have a sidearm on their person of some kind. Most carry Glocks, however, some carry other things. And usually either, well, I should say, and or an AR-15 in the trunk of their patrol car, and or a shotgun. Often a Remington 870. Either that or Mossberg 500. A lot of departments carry those as well.
Ghoul says, oh, work there was a guy who follows the Asgard religion and had a hammer necklace. Asked if that was Mjolnir, and he said no, it's Thor's hammer. Inmates.
Ugh.
Let's move.
That hurts inside.
Yeah, we had a guy that was asking for a ham sandwich during Ramadan, trying to claim the like Ramadan exemptions from certain things too. We're like, nah, man, you stop that.
Seriously?
You can't have your ham and eat it too.
The personality of the ghoul is good-natured, ready to help anyone in need, doesn't judge people by outside, but rather by what they do.
So
So he
meritocratic.
managed to not become cynical over years on the job. Good for him.
Well, you'll find a lot of cops are actually that way. Is, you know, the prevailing. Kensmark's gonna get semi-political. Oh no! The prevailing attitude toward cops is like they're all racist. Most
They're
cops,
not.
they could give less than a shit what color you are, what religion you are. What they care about is what you do.
Yep.
If you're acting like an asshole,
They're gonna treat you.
they're gonna
like
treat you
that.
like one. And because they have to deal with assholes all day, they ain't got a lot of patience.
Nope.
Like, that was actually something that was strange to me, because I grew up in a town where, like, racial relations were really good. And, like, I had honestly thought, like, legit, until I reached college, that, you know, with the exception of, like, crazies like, you know, like Aryan Brotherhood, like KKK, and yeah, they still exist, and people like that, that for the most part, like, racism was kind of dead in this country. I'm like, yay, history, that's where it should stay. And then I got to college, and I'm like, oh, a lot of towns weren't like this. And, like, I was raised around my mom, who, you know, she raised me alone for a long time, and a lot of her coworkers at the sheriff's office were, you know, they were Hispanic, African American. There were a lot of them, and as a kid, it didn't even register to me that that made them different at all. I was just like, he's tanner than me. Woo, I don't care. Like, it made no difference whatsoever. And then later on, I found that, you know, weirdly, to some folks, that does make, like, all the difference. I'm just like, why? I don't get it. So it was a weird, like, culture shock for me to realize that for a lot of people, racism is still very much alive and well. And that's sad. Like,
It is sad.
why?
I can't actually answer that.
Because humans suck.
Pretty much.
I kind of like, I take the Gunny Ermy thing. There is no racism here. I hate everyone equally.
That guy says I'd say a 223 handgun.
223 handgun? They don't make very many of those.
Or 223.
223 is a rifle caliber.
Yeah. No, so it's gonna join in on politics for a sec. The worst kind of racism is from people of X group thinking all members of X group must think a certain way.
Yeah.
And this applies outside of race as well.
Oh yeah, whether it's positive or negative. Like, it's sometimes, like, I know there was a friend of mine, actually, who was Vietnamese in high school. He hated the whole, like, Asians are good at math thing, because he isn't. And he always felt pressured, like, that he should always perform really well. And, like, it gave him anxiety. And I'm like, dude, you're an excellent writer. Channel that. And he's like, I know, everyone just expects me to just kill it at algebra. I'm like, I see that. That sucks. So, like, you know, that concept that, well, positive stereotypes are okay. They're really not. Like, stereotypes in general just aren't cool. Let's not do them.
Yep. I mean, there are some generalizations that are overall fairly...
Well, like, some of them, like, they come from trends, so there's some amount of truth. That doesn't mean it's okay to assume that about
No,
everyone of
you
that group,
shouldn't
though.
assume that.
You can assume that it's probably likely, you just don't assume that it's fact straight away, though.
No. You wait until you have found some proof thereof.
Yeah. Yeah, we're just gonna shut up. Oh! Okay, good thing I did that.
No, it says no such thing as a positive stereotype, if you ask me.
I'd agree.
Marcus says that guy well thought, so I'm trying to make it as little like thought as possible due to copyright reasons. Ghoul says, got told that white people are the cause of all the country's problems. It actually hurt. It actually hurt, yeah.
If
I'm
only it
white,
were that
yeah.
simple. Because
No
that's just
one
as...
group of people is the cause of it,
Oh,
unless we're
no.
talking politicians.
On a national scale, no one factor of any kind is responsible for problems. Like, that's just a convenient answer to pin it on any one thing. The world is a far more complex place than that.
That guy says, in that case, I'd say a 357 revolver. Oh, and Ghost, it has put the link
Whoops.
to the operations manual for the Denver PD.
Cool. Thank you, Ghost.
No, it says, as a certified Jew, TM, getting called the downfall of countries is just hilarious to me because Ms. Hogg theory.
The solar Jew. I love that conspiracy theory because it's just so crazy.
Shield says, I guess I'll be doing a Fallout 4 binge this weekend to flesh out some ideas since my computer can't run it and I don't have the money to buy it.
Oh, oh, I didn't even think about the engine block detonation. Oh.
I want to kill something. I'm feeling a little murderous, so I have a slight headache. Kill it.
Ooh, 100% on the mech. Yeah, let's take it out of the equation. There we go.
No, it's a sunburn is a Jewish conspiracy theory.
I love those crazy ones that are just like, how did you even come up with this? What world do you live in?
They obviously don't live in the same world as the rest of us.
Clearly. I know, you're revealed. Hi there, friend. It looked like he just cut his foot off.
Can I pick up the coolie yet?
Ah, my toes!
What did I get? What did I get?
A hair trigger and, ooh, a PCS. Advanced speed. I may very well just put that on you.
Yay! I'll take it. What she said.
Getting in.
Rangers and mobility. Good.
Marcus wants to know something a survivalist would use. What you want to do if you're going to be pure survivalist is go for the most common ammo types you can.
Yeah. For instance, if
The
you're
best
setting
popping
it...
power with the most common round.
Yeah, setting it in the United States, the two platforms that I would say a survivalist should absolutely carry. A 9mm handgun, because 9mm is everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
And it's got enough stopping power to put somebody down, especially if they aren't armored. And preferably a 5.56 chambered rifle so that it can carry 2.23 and 5.56. Because if it can take the pressure of the latter, it can absolutely take the pressure of the former. So that means that you're going to have the capability of picking up, you know, everyone in the South that owns an AR, all the cops that have AR-15s, military rifles, all of that ammo is now compatible with your platform, which means you're that much more likely to find ammo you can actually use.
Yep.
So, if you're also looking at hunting rifle, 30-06. Most American hunting rifles, like at least commonly, are chambered in that. Plus, it's also compatible with the M1 Garand.
Hi, Ed, and now you're dead. You have been raised. Yes.
Finish off the mech.
Marcus is like, I thought about getting one Mauser K98.
K98s, though, they take an ammunition that isn't common here. So if it's set here, I'd advise against that.
Yeah. That guy says, oh, I heard from a guy at my high school that at Stone Mountain sometime these last few days, a group of KKK members went there and protested about a Martin Luther King statue being built there.
Doesn't surprise me. Those guys are assholes.
No, it's to say kin for the tank shell info gathering, so I include war crime shells, like flechette, phosphorus canister, etc.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. I almost swore, but I decided at the last moment that I didn't want to. For some inexplicable reason.
For tabletop stuff, everything is on the table. Because that's the kind of stuff that, like, you know, villainous factions and stuff in game would probably use. So, absolutely include that. Alright, we need to haul ass because it's all the way in there and we're still haven't even crossed the street yet. Let's get you to cover.
Simon says that officer really wanted to get out of there if he was willing to get that high up. Just says also Google Maps is my friend for stories since you can get a time for walking from A to point B or point C. Yes.
Oh, they included walking time in that now?
Yeah, they put walking time in there.
Really?
You have to switch a toggle.
That's cool.
From driving to walking.
Yeah, I knew they had drive time. I didn't know they put walking in.
Yep, they put walking in.
That's pretty snazzy. Oh, he's very dead. Alright. Okay, let's haul ass. Still got 5 turns, so we can do this. What the hell was that noise? Is that coming from in-game, or... I could have sworn I just heard, like, aircraft fly overhead.
I don't know. There was that helicopter that was flying really low yesterday, and it was not a live flight, and I didn't see any cameras on it, so there was no news.
Maybe with all the flooding, National Guard is like evacuating people in certain areas.
Snowman said,
Can't even tell what they're shooting
Did he just fall and clip through the building all the way down? That guy says, a question for all of you. I'm trying to get into Skyrim again, and I ran into a problem I haven't found an answer to yet. Are there any mods that replace the grass textures?
Oh, there's plenty.
Yes.
I forget the name of the one that I really
We
like.
use the Flora Overhaul mod.
That. It also replaces a lot of the like shrubbery
other
and
plants,
alchemy
yeah.
plants and trees and
So
stuff.
if you only want the textures from the
For the grass, you
the
can just
grass, you can just
pluck it
bind
out
that.
and install just
Yeah.
those. That's actually pretty easily doable.
She also forgot to change it from walking to driving when my grandmother asked how far something was for one of her trips in August. Yeah, it's gonna be a
Whoops.
lot further than that.
There we go.
Not the grassy ground textures. I mean the grass coming out of the landscape. Yes.
Yeah, that's included.
The Flora Overhaul mod should do that.
Yeah, like the knee-high grass is included in that.
Now it says, okay, so I'm trying to nail down every mass-produced shell type without doing each of all 500 shell variations.
Oh Jesus.
Generally, I nail every major shell category and significant variants. We expect roughly to 4 to 5 shells per gun, with the exception of the British World War II guns due to their low HE loads, so no HE shells for them. Also,
Gotcha.
for HE shells, should I include explosive payload instead of pen? Since pen is basically 0 unless you get hit with a derp.
I said just make a notation of low penetration and then just include payload.
Also, Ken, for an idea of how specific I'm being, I have 3 types of 50 cal rounds, complete with armor pen values.
Nice.
Very nice.
That's actually pretty close to what I'm doing with the small arms.
Yes, so keep doing that. That's perfect.
If there's essentially like a standardized version of it, all you really need to do is account for that, and then in like a little subheader for it, account for the variables.
Yeah. Shield says, it was about a 2-hour drive, but walking would take about 18 hours. Oops. Marcus says, okay, so, has lived in the ruins of Denver for 200 years and helps the caravans through the city, sort of like a guardian survivalist. Is a former Denver police officer, doesn't judge people by the outside, but doesn't know what they do. Also kills any raider, bandit, and slaver he sees.
I don't think it's getting back.
Kind of reminds me a lot of the survivalist from, I forget the name of the DLC, the Zion State Park, the dude that you find the letters from. Just kind of reminds me of that. Sounds pretty solid. Just fire on the Archon. Alright, that works. How many turns have we got left? 4.
Notice it's the only inconsistency you'll see is with the Rheinmetall 120mm. I'm using US designation since they're more consistent.
Gotcha.
That is fine.
Yes! Alright.
Nice.
I just love hearing them come on the radio.
I know. It makes me so happy.
Well, hi, friends. Just stumbling in here.
They're like, wait, what is?
Oh, God! Everyone's dead! I know, Central.
Shut up, Central!
Alright, so that's just a Lancer and an officer, so we can actually haul ass now. Because they're not
Marcus
really
says,
gonna
also,
run
I'm
our
making it so there are enough gunsmiths around so there is ammo and guns to go around.
Cool. Please tell me she's not gonna get flanked from the right. Good. Okay. 'Cause that was a little gamble there.
Am I okay?
Yeah, you're good. Put a shot on the officer. Might not hit him. Oh. Yeah, that's okay. Okay, you know what? You two are just gonna keep them occupied. There we go.
Marcus, so a 5.56 or 30-06 rifle and a 9mm or a 357.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, 357, while it's fallen out of fashion these days, is still a fairly common revolver round. So, while it isn't like, you know, a completely ideal choice, it's still a solid one.
Yeah.
Yeah, take the shot, why not? Oh, hey! Alright. Someone's at the range. And now, he's poisoned. Cool.
Joel says, love the Advent color scheme. I know, right?
I give Advent one thing, they have style.
Yeah. Shield says, thinking about doing 2 different stories for Fallout. One where the main character is the courier and her travels. The other one is from a married couple living near Jacobstown and their family's homestead in the mountains.
That's kind of cool.
Marcus says, I'm thinking maybe a 1903 Springfield and maybe a Browning High Power.
That would work.
Yep. Dagger says, question. Are there any shotguns that are capable of loading and firing small containers of tear gas?
Mm-hmm.
Don't know what made me think of that, but I'm known for asking absurd and irrelevant questions.
No, actually there are.
Yes, there are.
They generally require a complete
A mod
receiver modification so that they can only fire those kinds of rounds. So keep that in mind.
But that does exist.
It does exist.
Noah says, okay, one problem. Canister shot is basically a giant shotgun shell. There is no range measurements for it. What do a Pathfinder overlords? So there's no range measure.
I would just say, like, if there's at least a maximum known range, we can kind of extrapolate increments down from that. I guess. I don't know.
It's like a giant shotgun shell, so we might be able to kind of enlarge what we know of shotguns.
Yeah.
If
I mean, surely there's some data available for maximum effective range, I would imagine.
Shield says they travel from West Coast to East Coast, including both DC and Boston areas. That's a long trip.
Let's just wreck his day. Yeah, well, didn't kill him.
Take out the armor. Find some more heavy ammo.
What kind of shot have you got? Pretty
Mark says
decent.
also, I'm personally the kind of guy that likes to style first before practicality when it comes to writing fiction. Has thought about giving him a K98.
Yeah. A form of a function is something that I do a lot. However, certain things, like if it's really stretching the suspension of disbelief, then I gotta look at it like, okay, that's cool. Would it work, though?
Mm-hmm. I'm a sucker for old firearms, he says.
Same here.
Yes. Oh, we went to our local Gander Mountain, and they had these old
Oh, yeah.
revolvers. Like they were the old detective revolvers.
Yeah, like the 1910 old, like, original revolvers. They were so damn cool.
They were so beautiful.
Ow. Plus, there's original Tokarev.
Bunny.
What? Killed?
Bunny.
She wasn't that hurt! She wasn't that hurt!
Bunny, you might get your wish to have a redo. Potentially, if I can. Do we have enough?
We can complete the mission easy. I was just kind of coasting along.
Bunny, we have some bad news.
I can reload from a couple of turns ago. That's easy.
Well, let's do that then.
'Cause-
that was ridiculous.
He took down almost all of her health with one little poke.
Yeah.
She was only 4 pegs down.
Let's reload that.
That's the RNG just deciding she dies.
Yeah. No, it says, oh, I found one for the 120 millimeter on the Abrams. It holds 1,100 10 millimeter tungsten balls.
Jesus.
Pull up to 700 meters, but that's gonna be lucky. I can set that as our max increment and scale it into parts of 20.
Okay,
One range increment for each D20 phase.
that would work.
And
Oh,
assume we get similar results for all guns, percentage change based on gun diameter.
I didn't load from far enough ago.
Snowman says, know what would be nice right about now? A ranger that had the rapid fire skill, even though that's the last rank.
Yeah.
Ghoul says, I got a single scene in my head and write an entire story to make it work. Absolutely.
I have done that multiple times.
But he says, kid, what the fuck did you do to me?
I didn't do it!
Ghost says, good night all. Gotta be at work at 6, so sleep is calling.
Alrighty.
Good night.
Have a good one, man. Get your vengeance.
That guy says, TFW is the result with high health die to a taser.
Pretty much.
Yep. Marcus says, if I give him a 357, maybe a cult new service?
That could work.
Yeah, that could work.
Because there's actually some old school, especially detectives, that
They still prefer to wear them.
some of them still like to carry what my grandpa always called wheel guns.
Shields is still stuck in Lonesome Road and Dead Money. I haven't even done a battle for the dam yet.
Oh my god, no one seems to hit this guy. You got a piece. That's about it, though. Alright, we're gonna retreat away from him, actually. Come on, just... So dodgy!
Something like that could put me out of business.
Let's see. Reload.
That guy says wheel guns?
Yeah, that was an old moniker for revolvers. They would call them wheel
Just the
guns because of
wheel?
the cylinder.
Yeah. That guy says has flashbacks to Counter-Strike for kids, Machinima. Shield says, Moxley, back to the range. No more time in the bar.
Alright, let's PTFO here. There we go. There we go. Car's gonna explode. Don't do it. No one can kill this man! Don't you do it! Okay, that's preferable to last time. Now he's gonna melt on his next turn, so now he's as good as dead. I know, Central. I can kinda see the counter. Let's take it out. There we go. I love the, like, smoking shells that come out of that thing.
Cheers, it's just because the memories of your family's death is getting to you doesn't mean you need to get drunk all the time. Marcus says, so I've heard that new service has a very heavy trigger pull and double action. Also, I prefer revolvers and 6 guns most of the time. I'm not even that old. Other cases, do it, kid. Murder him. And Noah has sent a cross-section of the 120mm shot shell.
Cool.
Oh. Oh.
Have a nice day, sir. Oh, Jesus. All those little tungsten things.
It's gonna hurt so bad.
You know what? Sir, please proceed into douchebag hell. Just shot through the skull. There we go.
And you're to blame.
Promotion.
Bobman says, give him a cult SAA so he can be L cool guy. Cool says, I personally don't like revolvers and prefer my M9 Beretta. Marcus says, Bob, the main character already carries a nickel-plated one.
I like the idea of M9s, they just don't fit my hand well, so I could never really carry one, because just the way that my hand is constructed and the way the frame is shaped, I always end up with... Oh, hi! Great! Like, my index finger, like, it's a little too high, so I keep, like, tapping the lowermost part of the frame just above the trigger, instead of my finger falling naturally onto the trigger. So M9s just don't fit my hand well.
Bob says, we'll give the ghoul 2 then. 2, so he can be different. Or have him rocket block. And that guy says, okay, in honor of ghoul, how many people do not prefer revolvers? They're pretty, though. I don't like shooting them, but they're pretty. I really... I like my 40s. Those are my favorite.
See, 40s are good because they're intermediate stopping power and they're about as controllable as a 9.
Well, that's what I love the most about my dad's 40 is that
Oh, it kicks so gently.
it was so nice. Will says, yeah, that's my issue with revolvers. Well, so it says, next time we have scrubs, sing Let's Do the Time Warp again. Marcus says, along with the pair of 1911s, Remington 870, Winchester M1886, and a Bowie knife.
Nice.
Now he says, well, I just found the best tank resource. It's for the tank simulator Steel Beasts. And it has a 500-meter effective range on shot shots.
Nice.
Considering this is a legit military sim, I'll put the range to 500 meters.
Yeah.
Running on empty.
Because the thing is, like, certain game creators, they're gonna have probably done some of the same legwork figuring that stuff out
Yeah.
as what we're wanting to do.
Yep.
So, especially simulationist devs. Load. Since that thing has already exploded, set you over there, and you're gonna patch her up just in case. There we go. Good. Advance a little. And a bunch. Come on, friend.
Now it says at 25% zoom, I can only view about 1/6 of the page on Atmo at once. That's how much content there is.
Jeez. Uh-oh. This is gonna hurt.
Uh-oh. Please don't kill me.
Oh, crap. Another Mouton.
Please don't kill me. I'm not ready to die.
Oh. Oh, hi.
I'm not ready to die.
It's cool. He just gave you a haircut.
Somebody do something.
Can I get you out of there? Yes. Let's do that. We're gonna put you there.
Ghoul says my firearms experience is limited to only what I've been issued. Yeah.
Gotcha.
That guy says, how? What? I don't. How do you miss with a sword?
I kind of like the mod that eliminates mischances with swords, because, I mean, in this game, if you're up close, come on.
You should at least be hitting.
Yeah.
At least
Because
grade.
you're already risking something substantially closing like that. To then risk it not even doing anything is...
I'm kind of... Yeah.
Like, I want to complete my first campaign without changing things like that. That's like, I've got a mod downloaded, just not installed, that gives, like, the first tier conventional weapons additional mod slots, just because, you know, they only have one at first. Got a shot? Yeah, ain't much of one. Go ahead and take it, though. Oh, well. Put you on that corner. There we go.
That's worse than a 75% chance hit when your rifle barrel is touching the X-ray's forehead. Snowman says, it is flying though, so dodging a sword isn't that big of a stretch. They are dodgy little pricks.
Yeah, at least for Archons it makes a little sense. And with... Whoa, that's a lot of damage. With Moutons, they actually, like, guard against sword attacks with their gauntlets. Hi! Shred some armor. Oh, hi. He is intent on chasing you down. He didn't guard against that one!
Snowman says also XCOM the game where RNGesus hates you.
You know what? I'm gonna suppress him at point blank. Because I know he's so close, he's actually gonna have a low chance to hit.
Can I stab him?
Stab it in the spine! Ha-ha! Good.
Yay! Now what?
Alright. Excellent.
Yay!
So aside from that one scrubbed mission, kicking ass tonight.
Marcus says, what if I gave the ghoul character, who's referred to as a mutant in the book, an M1 Garand? Would that be a good rifle? I've heard that they aren't that accurate for long range.
At extreme long range, there are superior rifles. It's still pretty damn accurate. They aren't very common among civilian ownership. However, in most states, they're perfectly legal. And a lot of collectors keep them. And because they are chambered in 30-06, then ammo for them is just as readily available as for most common, like, bolt-action hunting rifles. So it would still make for a pretty decent carry. The only major disadvantage to M1s is that they're heavy, which helps for recoil mitigation. It's less than convenient if you're the one having to ruck it across the desert, though.
Ghoul says, man, Witchcat keeps freezing on me. Hidden ability.
Oh, is that the Advanced Warfare Center thing?
Covering fire!
Yeah. Overwatch shots can now be triggered by any enemy action.
Yes!
Cool! That is really good for a heavy. Alright, let's see. Salvo or hail of bullets. Launching or throwing grenades or using heavy weapons with your first action will not end your turn. Hail of bullets. Unleash a hail of bullets that is guaranteed to hit your target, but uses a lot of ammunition. Guaranteed hit, please!
Marcus says, this takes place after the apocalypse, so I don't think legality is going to be an issue.
It's just a matter of, due to legality, how common is it to find scavenging in civilian homes? That's the thing. Like, that's why you're not going to find actual M4s very often, because you're only really going to find those in, like, National Guard armories and that kind of thing, or military checkpoints. AR-15s, however, those you're going to find all over the place, because those are civilian legal, so... Let's see here. Vermox, Killzone, or Face-Off. Fire at every visible enemy with your pistol, or take a reaction shot against any enemy that moves or attacks within a cone of fire. I'm going to go with Killzone, because we've just gone straight marksman for her so far, so let's keep that up. Alright. I need to start applying some of these weapon mods. PCS plus 2 mobility, I think I'm going to give that to a ranger, which pretty much means you. Okay. Mech breakdown. Have I never done one of these? What the hell?
No.
These mechanized units have a familiar humanoid form, but we haven't found any indication of a pilot or biological control system. I'm hoping that once we've pulled it apart, I'll be able to mirror some of their advancements in our own weapons and robotic systems.
Cool.
Okay. Yes. Very good.
This is my
194
favorite weapon
supplies.
I've ever fired. Mark 19 grenade launcher.
Ooh. I've never gotten to fire any kind of launcher.
Yeah. Marcus says 200 years after the apocalypse, mind you, with a pro-gun pre-war government.
Gotcha.
Snowman says that covering fire hidden skill was an awesome roll. Absolutely, you did just say it right.
Yes. I made sure to save. Alright, let's see.
Am I still good to go?
Yep. Only people that are out are... Corwin is out for 10 days because she got her ass kicked. And Ghost is out for 1 day. Okay. Let me see... Can I...
Was it the white mech or the red one? White one, I think.
I think it was still the white one.
I think. I don't know.
Actually, I can check real quick. Inventory. Advent, mech wreck. Yeah, it's the white one.
We must just have never actually recovered a mech.
I guess. It's kind of weird.
Marcus says, then there are the Ian block clips it uses. That those are common.
Yeah. Okay. We need to
can
get...
we do the glow thing now?
Yeah, we need to get 300 supplies so we can get power armor. Because I want to get that by the end of the stream.
It is 9:27.
Ooh, increase region income. That's kind of cool.
Where's that?
How much glow we got 4 days on, so...
Where is the burning
That's
thingy?
down in Australia. So, actually, I'm going to finish this. I'm going to hit up the black market
Yeah.
and see if I can get some extra supplies.
Ghoul says fired it off a boat at a sunken barge.
Cool.
Nice. That guy says, I think I know the answer, but I'll ask anyway. Go ahead. Has Albert Nerifar been drafted to fight the alien menace?
That's it. We are low on recruits.
Would like to contribute to our ongoing efforts, Commander.
Like I said, he's in the recruitment roster.
Nothing else. Although I am still not entirely sure what the aliens hope to achieve such a grand design.
They wanted it to look cool, obviously.
Yeah, the whole shock and awe sort of thing. Let's see here. Codename Balsadov. New item available, Fusion Blade. Ha Brief eyewitness accounts, including one from our own Central Officer Bradford, indicate that the aliens once fielded a similar biomechatronic organism during the earliest days of the invasion.
The floaters?
Those reports, however, describe a much more gruesome and rudimentary creature versus the subject we encounter in the present day. The modern specimen could almost be described as elegant in appearance, an authoritative, intimidating figure with the advanced weaponry to match.
What's the code name?
It's Balsadov, so essentially Evil Seraph. Fusion Blade encases a plasma-heated metallic core in a micro-thin magnetic field, enabling devastating melee attacks that are capable of setting enemies aflame. Alright. Let's do the mech thing. Maybe that'll give some gremlin upgrades. Because it's only 3 days.
These robotic units developed by Advent seem to be wholly autonomous, capable of targeting and engaging selected units without reliance on external verification. So it falls on me to work through the initial disassembly. I fully intend on involving Shen in this process, as her knowledge of robotics far outweighs my own.
Cool. I approve.
Marcus
Alright.
says, it's a bit like this. While I'm building for the book, you can buy explosives from
There is
her.
one thing I miss more than my lab equipment. Those damn juicy Advent burgers. I don't know where they get the meat, and frankly, do not want to know.
Advent Burger! This is people!
But apparently they're delicious people.
People are delicious.
But Marcus says, in the world he's building, you can buy explosives from a grocery store. Just as an example. I approve.
So it's kind of like the, what is it, the Patriots Cookbook from
Yes.
Fallout, that kind of thing. This powered heavy battle armor grants massive damage resistance and survivability, as well as a wrist-mounted heavy weapon hardpoint. The war suit can also generate temporary cover for allies with its powerful shield wall technology. Cool. Experimental powered weapon. As our technology has continued to evolve in lockstep with our understanding of the aliens' own designs, it should now be possible to fabricate even more powerful weaponry for our heavy armor suits. Cool. Ominous glow. An odd crystalline substance caught the attention of our low-frequency scanners. It seems to be overtaking the local plant life throughout this area. Our troops were wary of approaching the faintly glowing strands, but they reluctantly recovered a sample for Dr. Tygan to study. Interesting. It's Tiberium!
Google says, don't eat the pink paste!
Oh no.
Yes, no, it's basically walking full cover when that is activated. Nice.
I wonder if that actually was a Command and Conquer Tiberian Sun reference. Because that seems eerily familiar. Alright, let's hit the black market real fast.
No, this is okay, because there are no hard metric for shrapnel. I'll set it at 200 meters for big shells, 100 meters for smaller shells, and insignificant for for small shells. However, direct blast radius I do have.
Alrighty.
That guy says Tiberia? I haven't heard that in a long time.
And Tiberian Sun, and like the Firestorm expansion, like those were my jam. That was actually the first game I ever modded personally. So my love for game mods came from that game. There we go. Oh no, I need a little more. I need 9 more. Fine. Let's see. There, have a couple of Larium crystals. You're welcome. Now then.
Can we do the thingy?
Power armor. Actually, real fast, let me check something. Edit options. Gameplay. I found this a little while ago. I think these, since they are keyed to the expansions and the mods, are sliders controlling the commonality of the appearance of pieces from those mods in, like, randomized characters. So, because I know some of these have some, like, invisibility issues. I'm just going to turn some of them, like, all the way down. Since there's usually the cutscene as soon as you first research a new set of armor, and I was really, really salty that the Predator armor had, like, invisible crap on the stream campaign. I was like, no! So...
Marcus, so either Springfield 1903 or Garand and a Browning High Power or Colt New Service in 357. Tough call. Yeah. Becca says, I have Tiberium Sun somewhere around here. Haven't seen it in years.
It's so good. Alright. Warden armor.
He's still got invisible.
I didn't. Well, kinda.
Yeah, his groin area is completely see-through.
It's cloaked. It's because he's got the Advent chest piece on and the legs from this one. That wasn't quite as egregious. Alright, let's see here.
I found that very amusing, I'll be honest.
Okay, so now that we have that,
Alright, so they might
also
just
got
go
a
with
war
the
suit.
1903 and high power. They can go for it.
I think that would make the most sense, and it's still got some cool factor to it.
Can I have cool stuff?
Yeah, I'm just gonna start going down the line. So we're gonna put her in the war suit. Come on with the invisibility. Whoa. I wish I knew what mod it was that's causing that invisibility thing.
Alright, let's fix the stuff then.
Yep. Let's see here. Legs. Dude. These remind me of Mass Effect armor. So what's the difference with, like, the Anarchy's Children stuff? It's got, like, patterns painted on it. It's kind of cool.
Someone says it looks so awesome, Kappa.
It's cloaked. You're invisible.
I think we should do something that actually has it showing.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with that one. Yeah.
Now let's fix the,
Yeah, what torso options are there?
there we go.
Alright, now we got the full arc. Cool. Alright, so that darkens the collar up. That's a different pattern. Kinda like another 4.
What's the Anarchy's Children look like?
I don't know. Let's find
Because
out.
you didn't actually look at that.
So that's yet more like painted on patterns. Okay.
And that doesn't work
And
with
these are some of the other modded things I've got.
that won't work with the,
Oh, these are actually, these ones here from the last game. I've got a mod that ports in some of those. Alright, let's go with... I'm thinking that one.
Yeah, Dark Guy says, I played it as a kid, never played it for long. My young and inexperienced mind at the time couldn't harness the problem solving to do the second level for the yellow side. Every time I did the first Nod mission, it crashed 5 minutes in.
Oh, that sucks.
Marcus said, with the 1903, I have an excuse to give him a bandolier, since I've seen many YouTubers struggle with the 1903 stripper clips. Adam Snowman says, my favorite part is the neon stripe down the back.
We'll go with those. Yeah. Alrighty. Kinda looking like she's cleaning up her act a little. Just a little.
Just a smidge.
I'm kind of curious though for the individual arms. Okay, so
It doesn't really work.
yeah,
Yeah.
all I can really do with those is that stuff. So
Simmons his arms. 16. More like no arms. Alright.
Let's see here. Now for Ghost. Try and keep him looking lightweight. Ooh. Ooh. Dude, that's got like a rib cage pattern on it.
Kinda like it.
We'll go with that one. Arm-wise... Jeez, like, all of these are Anarchy's children. Go with that. Now for legs. Yeah. Alright, simple enough. Now for Miss T.
Shield says back. Miss anything? No, we just got new armor.
Yep, upgrade to power armor, so now we're updating everybody to their new stuff. Oh, dude. It's like the painted on skeletal pattern. I think we'll go with that. Oh, I just realized. There's that one that's like clean. That puts on like a faded relief XCOM pattern.
Nice.
That's a curved pattern. And that's like a steel finish. I'm gonna do the faded relief XCOM there. There we go.
So sleek.
So sleek and so smooth. Let's see. Whoa.
So that's what happens in purple with this.
The highlight color suddenly takes over the skeletal paint. All right. Might have to do something about that.
Isn't it supposed to be purple?
No, this she wanted the blue for these. All right, let's see here. Let's see if we can fix part of this.
She likes it, though.
Okay.
The blue skeleton.
And we'll just embrace it. There we go.
Marcus is also Ken. A little warning in case you're not comfortable with it. There is a scene in the book where child rape is implied in order to point out the brutality of the wasteland. Not shown, only implied.
Yeah, I mean that happens in some dark stories. It's never a pleasant thing. I mean, if it serves a point to the story,
She's
though. Then...
purple for that too, blue for outfit Reaper that she is.
Gotcha. We'll go with the sleeveless stuff. That way, her tattoos are still visible.
She doesn't want arms. Yeah.
Is there one that pulls? Yeah, those pull the pauldrons up a little, so the tattoos are just a little more visible. Okie dokie. Next. Okay, we've already squared you away. Roz. Let's see. Which of these are usable? Okay, so those are some of the
Shield
other
says
ones.
3
3.
on the arms, I think.
Okay. I'll also go and check that. Which ones are we on? Arms, okay. There we go. I think I'm gonna put her in those.
I'm starting to get hungry.
after I finish squaring everybody away, we might call it an evening.
Okay.
Alright, there's a little clippage where those meshes meet. It actually doesn't look too terrible, though. Let's see. Do I like one of these others more, though? That one's pretty decent. I really wish I knew what these were from. Like, what mod is causing these invisibility things? Because that's really annoying. Ooh, there we go. Nice. Alright. Kinda like that. I might actually have the capability of putting him in some of the same gear he was in. Yeah. Because that's what he was in.
Marcus says also, if you feel that some parts need to be edited, feel free to do that.
Okay. Alright, we'll give him his cool guy, Shamag. There we go. And pumps. Alright. Now for arms.
He says, I admit there are some parts I'm not 100% happy with.
Gotcha.
Well, that's what some outside eyes are for.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and any edits that I do, I'll do in like red text that way.
That way, you can.
Yep. He's actually looking fine as is. Let me just switch his gun over. There we go. Ooh. Ooh. Okay, we got some work to do on you.
Oh, Lord. We can get rid of my red if we need to.
Maybe. Haven't decided yet.
Is there like a darker red we can do?
Let's see here. Alright, now we're starting to
She
look
has a
pretty well.
shiny. Like I say, there are Annette and Zhang voice packs on the Nexus.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've got the Zhang voice pack.
I was never super fond of Annette, so.
That'll work. Give it a little of that carbon fiber sort of look. Alright.
Marcus says if you decide to add anything, I'll make sure to credit you once it goes to print.
Okay.
I need my new pretty sword.
Yeah, we're gonna have to wait on that, because
I
we
know.
just spent all of our supplies on this new armor.
I know we did.
Alright. Savvy's looking like a friggin' tank up in here.
I think keep it because it looks cool.
I want to change certain things to, like, embrace that a little more. Let's see, main armor
Marcus
color.
has got to remember to thank the community as well.
I really like that we've got, like, a community of writers. That's just really cool to me. There we go. Alright, so those pieces actually work pretty well together. Just gonna swap those arms out. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Jack, let's see
Her
here.
pants are bothering me now.
Can I change her torso to something that matches a little more?
Marcus says it upsets me that there are voice packs for Gordon Freeman, Arnold S. Zhang, Bob Ross, Fear Replica Series Sam, and Clint Eastwood, yet there isn't one for Gunnery Sergeant Hartman. She also says, I think I finally got New Vegas working right. Just took a few more mods that I didn't need. Got rid of a few HUD mods along with it.
Gotcha.
Nice.
And some of these, if y'all aren't completely happy with them, let me know, and I'll change them after the fact. For now, though, I just want to get stuff to an acceptable place.
So we can go get food.
Yep.
Because we are hungry. And we get pretty substantial ass this time.
Yeah, we did. Alright, that's just gonna have to do for him for now. Ooh. Man, he classed it up in a hurry.
Kind of scary. I like it. Marcus says, who knows, maybe this is going to be a community of recognized writers in the future. How cool would that be?
I would love that.
Cool. Shields is going to remove downloadability from Sun's user account. Bunny says, what's the voice pack for Gordon? Silence?
There's one that's like Gordon's thoughts from a thing.
And there's another
There's
that's
another
the
one that's,
suit.
yeah, it's his suit. Like the little doo-doo, and then the robotic voice. I know he always wanted like cargo pants.
Snowman says, can't wait for Alex to join the squad. And Noah says, say guys, you seen Fury?
I haven't actually. I want to, I just haven't. Anyone know if it's on like Netflix or something? Because if so, I may try and catch it there. Can I? Oh, I can't keep mineral pattern. Alright, well, the gray's just gonna have to do for now. Whoa, alright. That's kind of a weird mix of things. Let's see. That'll work. Ooh. That's a nice combo. Thank you, automatic generation. See, why can't it come up with auto generations like this when the cutscene comes time? No, it automatically it's just like, what's the most invisible limbs we can come up with?
I approve of that.
That will do.
It's not on Netflix. This is not.
Damn.
Shield says, so you mess my game up, it's going to cost you your saves, says Shield, because that guy told her to be careful with removing the mods because you can ruin your saves that way. And Shield says, lucky for me, my save was vanilla only. Sun's saves will be the only ones that get messed up. That guy said, inside Freeman's mind, best Half-Life Machinima series ever. Ooh, Noah, you're... Oh dear.
You know what? We're gonna give you matching cool guy Shamag.
But you gotta fix those.
I know those legs gotta go. Yeah,
That wasn't bad.
that'll do. Although the proportions are off. He seems like really stretched out with those legs. Let's see here.
Somebody says you should make one just a floating head. See how it looks.
Just a head with a hovering gun. Okay, that's acceptable. Did he even change armors?
I don't think so. Just keep it.
Hang on. Oh, he's still considered wearing an EXO. Okay. Alright, I think we'll keep him in that for now.
Wait, we don't want to put him in the advanced EXO? The warsuit?
I only have one of those, and I gave it to
Oh.
Corwin, so for now, he'll stay in that. Alright, and that's everyone squared away. Cool. I know that took a little while.
Wait.
What?
Noah says, is it possible for another round of camo change? Just mess me up, fam.
Sure.
Marcus says, last little press writers community.
Actually, I think I need to change her pauldrons. Yeah, there we go. That's more like it. Okay. I feel like I didn't really do much with him. There we go. so he needs one of the painted ones. Yeah, there we go. Okay.
So,
She's good,
Noah.
she's good, she's good.
who wants to do,
Okay. Let's see. That's
new
armor
camo?
pattern. Tiger Pat could look good with that. Ooh, the T-mode actually looks pretty good with that armor. Yeah, I think we'll go T-mode and then make that tan.
She has this can't bounce ideas off my friends, and she doesn't like Fallout, XCOM, or Division. So you guys help me out.
There we go. Secondary. Oh, there we go. Finally. Nice.
I like the team out. Just curious though.
There we go. That looks really good with that armor. I approve. Cool. Alrighty. So, like I said, if anybody, especially catching this on the exports, isn't completely happy with the adjustments I've made, every time we upgrade to new armor, it's like I have to.
Noah says, "Snaz Lord."
I have to kind of customize everyone again every time we upgrade armor. So.
But he says, if there is an XCOM 3, I'm sticking with my German chain smoker.
Okay, one last thing. Let's.
Noah says, Ghost still makes me think of Batman.
Advanced Warfare. Okay, so that's doing its thing. Is there anything else I need to wait on? Not really. So, I think that is a pretty convenient place to call it an evening. So, I may also load this up again from now to the next stream and make some other smaller adjustments to try and make people look as cool as possible. For the most part, I'll keep it mostly what y'all have seen so far.
That guy says, the body says soldier, the head says hipster.
What was it, the combat hipster? That was the Mangbob's tag on Serverium for a while. So, I'm pleased with this evening. We've made some solid progress.
Yes, indeed.
And kicked some substantial ass, so
Yep.
I am happy. So anyway, do I have anything I want to cover prior to wrapping?
Don't think so. Are you going to tweet whenever you stream? Asks Marcus.
Yes. It should automatically, because I've linked our Twitch accounts to Twitter, send out a tweet. It seems like that only works like half the time, though.
It's kind of
So
not necessarily working very well.
Yeah, I've tried to make a point again of manually tweeting like, "Hey, we're gonna go live in a few minutes. Come and join us," because that at least I can control is happening. So
There will always be a tweet.
yeah, like I said, we're gonna come out with a vlog probably sometime either this coming week or, if necessary, the immediately following week, addressing some of the changes that we're going to make to the channel. Again, don't worry, I'm not canning anything. It's more or less just applying more structure and
Shifting things around a little bit.
I may have to start one series over. We'll get to that later.
Yep.
So, for the most part, yeah, keep an eye on the live stream channel if y'all are more interested here or if you're interested in all of them, because again, we are going to start trying to stream with a concrete schedule at least twice a week, so that as we move into our pre-recorded schedule a little more, we can eventually make room for a third scheduled day a week. That way we can actually qualify for some more
Go to
of
Twitch real quick.
the requirements for partnership with.
Marcus has got it.
Yeah, he just might have figured it out for Twitch.
Yes.
So, Did updating Breeze break? No, I haven't done the update yet. I was going to do that after
We're-
wrapping stream.
Yes,
And
we will be doing that because we love Snow and totally want to play it again.
yeah, so like I said, I think that's just the thing we're going to do for the tabletop Q&A streams is just play some Breeze now.
Yeah. And I think that might
So-
also just be we just want to talk about random shit
Yeah.
streams. It's going to be parade.
I knew it! Yeah, and there's a reason for it. So,
But we will get to that in our
yeah,
vlog.
I'll cover that in the vlog. So, that's pretty much all I've really got. So, appreciate y'all for sticking around this evening. We had a fair group of people, even some that we haven't seen in some time. So
thank you guys all for showing up and supporting us.
So, I'm Kidsmark here at Lastable Press,
I'm Violeta.
and as always, we wish you all good gaming and Godspeed.
Bye.
Cheers, everybody.
Bye-bye.
And now we wait, so things don't get cut off.
Because they do that.
Mm-hmm. Till next stream.
Bye.